are live. What's going on, everybody? Getting everything set up here. Fun fact, I think I have the flu. Like, something's going on. I hope it's not COVID. I came back. I was good for a few days, and then I started losing my voice. I couldn't stream on Tuesdays. I didn't have any voice. Or actually, I was like, handling stuff. But yeah, man, we are back from EVO. Let's check the chat here. Mitch, shout out to Mitch. Happy Sunday, Mitch. Happy streaming that Pakistan versus South. I need to turn that on too, actually. And I just got my new stuff set up here. I need to put that on for sure. There were some good matches this week. I saw some of the LCQ. That was really good. Yeah. I'm excited to be back and trying something new out. So y'all might see a short live stream clip here in a second. I've been seeing this, and it's really popular now to do a dual stream. So I'm trying that out. I'm gonna try my best to keep with the comments, all those different things. So we're gonna be working it out. And again, I apologize for my voice, but I had to do the stream. We're back from EVO. Like, I'm excited. I gotta show my stats. I got a 2x2 on my first EVO, almost a 3x3. I mean, I know for tons of pro players, like, who cares? It was fun. It was really fun. And again, shout out to Mitch. Excuse me. Shout out to Mitch and Waz. I met all the team at out there. I met Speed. Speed Lab's a real person. I met Speedy in person. I met Mavericade, not Mavericade. Met the Mavericade team in person. It was really cool. It was so much fun that it was very unorganized. Everything I planned to do kind of went left a little bit, just because I was, you're excited. It's your first trip out to an event like this. You really don't know what to expect. You're taking everything in, right? Code, shout out to Code. Happy Sunday, Code. Yeah, you're taking everything in. And I could have taken better pictures and gotten better photos. Like, I just could have. That's foul on my part, right? Huge foul on my part. But it was so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna grab my stats here so I can show who I played. Can I pull up my start GG? Because I was on it. I was feeling myself. And I took some video. I know it's sideways because I didn't want to like interrupt my partner I was playing, but I was feeling myself so bad. First matchup was against a Lydia player. And we both were super nervous. What was cool was I'm turning around and waiting. I see a dual pad Zen behind me, acrylic. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And we gotta talk about stats too. I took notes of most of the controllers I saw. I saw at least 4 or 5 ASI LVLs, or they're mixed. The LVL, I'm losing my voice. The LVL and the Watts, I saw both of those out there. And not just like on the shelf. I mean, I'm walking around. I bet people thought I was a creep because I'm walking around like, because it's on people's laps too. So I felt kind of awkward. I'm taking this dumb picture and I'm like, I'm basically taking a picture of someone's lap. So I felt kind of creepy myself. But just to really see, okay, what's really going out here? What does it look like? And what's the vibes? So that was really cool. Code, you got the hot X code. Wow. And just waiting for the stick muzzle. So Code just went from the P12 to the P12 Pro straight to the X. Code is on it, boy. He's like, I am not messing around. I'm here to play. I'm here to win. Shout out to Code. Wow, and you got the stick coming too. So funny to say, I did see I saw, where's my notes? How many count? Let's do a controller count. Where's my controllers? Right here. Oh my God, I had to lose my voice today. This sucks. Oh, nice. And my alerts are working. So, fun fact. I had some time last week. I ended up making a Discord bot. So it'll notify my Discord for YouTube and Twitch when they both are live. There's a vertical stream going live. Like, it should be live right now. So the vertical and the horizontal should be going right now at the same time. Let's see. Yes, they're both live. Good, good. Let me make this list. It's unlisted. I'll make it public and publish. Boom. There we go. Yeah. All right. So let me get the control account. It said, why does it say upcoming? Today's the 10th, 12:15. Did I do something wrong here? I hate technology sometimes. It is so stupid. I tested this too. Let me put this for like 11 in the morning. 11 a.m. It better not be a dumb time zone issue or something stupid. I'm gonna leave it alone. We'll see if it shows up. It should show up in a minute, but anyway, okay, back to what I was talking about. So, where's my stats here? I took stats of the controllers. I tried to get as many control stats as I could while I was walking around. And where you are? Okay, there you are. The controller. Okay, boom. So the controller that shocked me the most, there were a lot of Victrix Pros. Like I know Victrix was at the event, and I need to pull the pictures up. Victrix was at the event, but I was shocked. You missed the ASI VB1. Mitch, I think I got it. I have some video. Let me see here. Let me pull it up on this one. Because I think I actually, let's see here. Where is, let's go to my channel. Oops, wrong keyboard. Hello, wrong keyboard. So before I left, I did so much running around. I was like, okay, let me just go to every vendor and take a short. Like I cannot leave without at least getting some video of everyone. And I think I got it right here. Wow, it's doing 1800 too. This did good views. Let's skip over here. Yeah, you can see a good bit. This one. I think you're talking about, and I can't see the chat. Let me move over here so I can see. You missed the ASI. Oh, the VB1. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. The VB1. Last one. The last one in existence. Was it on the shelf? I think because it was like a bigger. You know, it's funny you mentioned. I think I saw it on the shelf as a bigger box. It was because I remember. Here's what I was thinking when I saw it. If it's what I think it was. You put me onto the ASI VBs a lot, and I remember you ordered one that was bigger than the other ones, and it looked like it kind of had handles on the sides, like on the bottom. Oh, I'm losing my voice. So I think I may have saw it. Atassa brought it over brand new, and oh, I didn't see this in a box. It was tucked away in the boot. I did not see that. What? They were very expensive though. Now you haven't seen. Oh wow, wow. You know what's so okay? So here's a fun fact too. Again, this is my first Evo, and everyone's doing their thing. Here's the dance. So as I'm there, I made sure I had my cards made. So I made business cards for my name. I had my YouTube QR code, my Twitch QR code, my email, website, all the things. We got some of the website too. All the things are on there so that way when I approach vendors, they know I'm legit. I'm not just some guy hanging out, right? This is a true business, and we have our DBA, all that stuff. But it was kind of busy because you're an event, right? So, and the first day is Friday. People are that's the first day of pool, so people are ready to play. They're trying to get their stuff fixed. So I was trying to gauge. I wanted to do interviews. I forgot my stupid tripod because. And fun fact, I wish I had a picture of my backpack. I carried so much crap. Excuse my English. I carried so much junk around. I'm gonna make a video like how to do Evo. Step number 1: don't take 2 or 3 controllers in your backpack. It's absolutely stupid. You don't need that many. Carried so much junk. My back, my feet, everything was screwed. Make sure you take 2 pairs of shoes, or at least take 2 inserts. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. But yeah, so with the vendors, like I said, Mitch and Waz, I caught y'all early. So I think you guys, the way I came in, OMG It's Dose is in my Discord. He does vinyl wraps and printing for different. You have controls you want to get wrapped and things. He does all that, and I knew. The side of the building I walked in on happened to be kind of in his general area. So I knew I wanted to catch him. I wish Merlin was here. I really wanted to catch Merlin too. Q Merlin is super cool, super helpful in the chat. And we just were, and with everything going, we missed each other. So I caught them. And then as I'm moving, that's when I kind of ended up right by where ASI was. And it was really good. So I got to catch them. And I thought I was kind of like dropping a bomb. I was like, I'm over here looking for Mitch and Waz and they're not here. And I started to walk away. And sure enough, they came right over. So it was super nice to meet Mitch in person, meet Waz in person, good energy, good people. That really was really, really cool. So I had met you two. I met OMG Dose, like right off the jump. And then after that, I was just kind of on the races, going to check every booth. And I got business cards, so definitely made some relationships, and I have some things I'm gonna try to get sent in and talk to some vendors just about the market, the community as far as leverage where they are. I talked to who's SGF. SGF is, my brain is messed up. SGF is this company. I'll show y'all. Oh my god! And then I'm gonna show y'all this highlight, this new controller too from ASI. SGF. Not now. SGF fertility? That's not what I need. SGF controllers. There they are. Um, what is their real? What does the SGF stand for? Like, I cannot. I need some more sleep. I've been up since. Fun fact: I've been up since 2 too. Like, I really do not feel good. Meet the team. SGF. I thought it's not SmackApe. Anyway. Met this team there. Really nice people. They're out of the U.S. and they brought their machine. And I get video of. I have video, and I'll try to show that. I'll try to move it from one computer to the other. And they were showing me, how they actually print and label and create these controllers. I was like, wow, I really, really want to try to get one of these in. But the one that I want would be this one, either this one or the Pinky model. But I know they're, which one? This one, the Gladius, is the one I really want to review. I believe it's steel, and the machine can like laser label and all that stuff. It does all the buttons, all the rims, and he was making them essentially by hand. So these are like, you could say homemade controllers because they are literally made by hand. The PCBs and each button. It was a lot of like love and care and work being put into making these things one by one. I was really surprised in a good way. And the team was super nice, good energy. And in fact, his mom was there, and I bought a banana. I left it in my daughter's room because my daughter loves bananas for some weird reason. But yeah, but got one of the bananas and just hung out. That was really cool. I spent a lot of time actually talking with them and understand the industry, and there was really really nice people. Oh, Code, you running EVO? I was talking about Mitch, Key Merlin. I mean, Code. But yeah, Code, you got the EVO. I really would say. If I know this with the way the economy's going, right? We all can get laid off tomorrow, right? Um, if you can afford $50 a check, I know. That's a lot of money. I know. But if you could, I stayed at the Harris, and I want to say my hotel room was very nice. I had, no issues there. The monorail was attached to my hotel. The Harris, I want to say it ran me 170 for 3 nights. It was something absurdly cheap. I spent more on the flight than I did the hotel. The food is going to run you $800, and you're like, what? Yeah, because I got there Thursday night. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I left Saturday night. So Sunday morning, right? Water at any Vegas hotel is $8. I don't think y'all heard me. Water at the hotel. You buy any food anywhere in the hotel, it's $8. So what I did was I walked outside to Walgreens. I bought like an 8 pack or 10 pack of water, and guess how much that costs? $8.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So FYI, that's what's going on. That's what you need to expect.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so like I said, we saw this, and this here is the ASI, their joystick prototype, the LVO with the joystick, and this was the WAS layout here, and the joystick's kind of like right above the thumb, and it was pretty cool. It felt really natural. I didn't really know what to expect because I thought I would bump into the joystick part, but you really don't, because the way it sits, you don't really run into it. Oh, there's the Brooks right next to it, yeah. And then also, my daughter's giving me a hard time. Fun fact, I suck at social media, like TikTok and all this stuff. So the sound, like the song you hear, I think it's the Black Eyed Peas or something. I did not feel like, going through this whole list of music. So I was like, all right, look, whatever comes is what I'm playing. So all the songs, all the videos are the same song. Let me come down a little bit so I can kind of speak to this. I was in the actual arena where they do the finals. So when you're in the building, you don't even realize that the arena is kind of behind you because you hear people making noise, but as you're looking around, you're assuming that I'll turn the volume down this thing. Where's the mute? It's right there. As you're walking around, there's so many tournaments going on that you're just hearing people cheer, but then you start hearing people getting really loud. You don't realize that until funny fact, I met Speedy Potato, and those that don't know Speedy's from Speedy Labs. So I met Speedy. Speedy's a real person. I met him in person. Super nice, really nice cat. Shout out to Speedy Labs. And I got to see this. Let me get some pictures here. I got to see this one and the other in person. Let me grab my photos here. Where are you? Where is my picture? Oh, God dang it. I don't have my pictures. I am losing it today. Yeah, but shout out to Speedy, super nice. We chilled and talked for a quick minute. And we both kind of broke out. He was the one that told me, "Hey, you know the finals are happening right behind this wall." So I went over there, walked in, took some pictures, and got to check out a little bit of the Marvel in uh, the Marvel tournament that was happening at the moment when I was kind of there. Um, I thought I had a picture. It's in my photos. But then I also got to see the Split Fox Pro and the regular in person side by side, and they're actually almost the same size. The Pro is slightly bigger. And again, I'm sorry guys. I hope I don't have the flu. It's slightly bigger, but it feels really solid. I mean, if you ever had the Split Fox in your hands, it feels solid and metal, right? This felt exactly the same. So yeah, again, shout out to Speed. It's really cool to just meet everyone in person because, it's I don't know how you say it. I don't know. It was just cool. It was really cool. Let me check here. Merlin, shout out to Merlin. I was just talking about you, Merlin. Happy Sunday. We missed each other, and you don't want to push people. Even when I was kind of giving Mitch and Waz a hard time, like, hey, I went to the booth, they weren't here. Like I'm harassing them, right? In the end, I know everybody's working. They're hustling. They're busy. I know their time is constrained. Everything else, where and I'm just more thankful to say hi and all that good stuff. So, Merlin, we have to catch each other next event. All those good things. But yeah, where is right here? Here we go. Um, but yeah, when you're in the room, it looks just like this. It's actually a pretty big auditorium. You can see you really can't tell, but there's announcers right there, and the players are right behind them. So when you're watching the show, they're kind of off to the side announcing what's happening, and then the players are right there in the background playing. And it was a big room. It was really big. What else is really cool that I saw there? The lines. Okay, so I wanted to play Tokon. I wanted to play Invincible. And you know what's so random? I started to play City of the Wolves, but when I sat down, it was Saturday, right? There was a lot of empty slots because the level 2 brackets, however you want to say, are happening. So I figured, okay, I can play now. But you couldn't really get in because you can always tell if there's going to be a game taking place or what was happening. So I didn't get to play City of the Wolves, if anything. And then Tokon, these other ones, okay, so mute. These lines were insane. And I know I should have got up early and came in. I was dragging, like all that walking, I was dragging. I was there from the morning until guaranteed nighttime. Like I really tried my best to take all of it in, like see all the booths, talk to everyone. It was a lot to see and do. Let's see, here is it is working. Good, good, good. My shorts is working now. Perfect. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. So that was really cool. That line again was long, and that was that was like the second day. So that's not even what it really looked like. During the whole time, it was very long. Where is the other one? Is this Tokon? This is Tokon. And again, you can see it wrapped around the booth and it zigzagged in the booth. Like it was no joke. Midnight Blue Wolf. Shout out to Midnight Blue Wolf. I love that name. Happy Sunday. When I found out US work visa was needed to enter EVO, I passed. Really? But entering EVO France on top. Why is that, I wonder? That's interesting. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I hope you can make EVO. Well, I mean, if you're so are you in Europe then, I wonder? And you found out US work visa was needed to enter EVO. That's so crazy. With all this stuff going on nowadays, I mean, whether you like our president or you don't, right? I'm stepping outside of all that. It's just everything is so complicated right now. That's so crazy. But yeah, definitely do an EVO France. And I don't know if you've been to EVO before, and any of them, right? And those things like that. You're gonna have a blast. It's a lot to take in. Some advice. Okay, so here's some advice for your first match. Because what's gonna happen is you're not gonna have time to warm up. There were free places. So if you, let me pull up the map. Is there a map of EVO? It's kind of like EVO 2025 Las Vegas map. Is there a map here? There is. Okay, good. Let me show you this here. Okay. Is this it? This is it. Okay. So when you walk in, and I know y'all can't really see what I'm pointing at, I'm kind of shaking the screen where the little triangle pyramid is at. That's kind of where you're going to enter. You're going to be all the way to the right. Right. So hold on one second here. You're going to be all the way to the right. Now, when that happens, you're going to see all the vendors. So back there is where the free to play stuff is at. So you can go back there and you can, just free play. You can check everything out and all that good stuff. No one minds. That's what it's there for. So when all that's going on, you can play there, but you need to have someone's console there. Like if someone set their console up, you'll be good to go. If not, you're kind of just figuring it out. So that's that. But then, so what you're going to want to do is, if you can go back there, then as you're heading to the right of all this, I'm colorblind, is it red? That's where all like the independent vendors are, the artwork and all, there's like tons of cool stuff in there. And then you're mixed in with vendors in the arcade, all that stuff. Once you get all the way to the left where all those little squares are, those are where the brackets take place. So when you start, go find your booth. Like as soon as you get there, honestly, just go find where you're going to play. That way, when it's time to check in, you don't have to stress. Go over there, figure out where you need to be, get that knocked out. Then once all that happens, you're not going to have time to practice. So, walk in ready to go. Don't stress. Don't be in a rush. Whatever you need to do to make yourself play good. Also, I'm getting tired of this thing. The junk in a pool. I forgot the word for it. Rock, paper, scissors. I think people are cheating. So the first guy, he was kind of like 1, 2, 3. He was doing it fast. And he would go 1, 2, 3, go. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, stop. Oh, okay, so 1, 3. 1, 2, stop. And we were like getting off beat. So I told him, all right, look, let's do back to back. And then him and his buddy were there. They start freaking out. Well, it was the second guy. He was like, no, we're back to back. Well, that's not how you do it. You're supposed to be facing each other. So that way you can battle. I'm like, dude, we're doing rock, paper, scissors. If you do it in an off beat, you can flip, you can like change your decision at the end. But if you just do back to back, 1, 2, 3, go. You have someone standing there. The ref is right there. What did he get? I put paper. What did he put? Scissors. Boom. I win. So you got to watch out for stuff like that. People are going to play these games. Also, the second match I lost when I was done, because I won, and then the guy was like, do you want to play again or you want to take a break? I said, no, send the next person in. So I went straight to playing. When that guy sat down, I should have asked for player 1 side. I just stayed on player 2 because I was in the moment. Because the match was tough that I won, and it was in the moment. So I just took it. Well, every match, just take a quick break. Breathe for a minute, evaluate who you're about to play, and then do your 1, 2, 3s and like gauge the next match. Don't be in a rush in these EVO streets because you don't really know who you're dealing with, right? And they could be killers. So use and abuse the rights to take a break. Let me check the chat here. Kunal, man, shout out to Kunal. Happy Sunday, Kunal. What's up, Doc? Glad to see you had a good time. Definitely had a good time. I'm losing my voice. And Friday night through Saturday, I had hot and cold chills. I don't know what. I hope I didn't get the flu or COVID, something stupid, but I feel like garbage right now. My voice is like swallowing glass, so I'm figuring it out. But man, the trip was awesome. And I'm excited for Midnight Blue Wolf to go to EVO France. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Let me where am I? So here's the map. Again, when you're looking at the map, that's kind of what it's going to look like. And you'll have all morning to kind of hang out and check everything else. So don't feel like you're in a rush because for the majority of people, when you're walking around talking to people, for the majority of people, you're not going to make it out of day 1, right? Especially if it's your first time, right? So try to win. Like, don't get me wrong, go there to win, but like, don't freak out, right? So the second day, you will have all day to see everything. It will be more crowded, but it's not absurdly crowded, So you're gonna day 1 and day 2 again. Just don't let yourself, because I was in a rush both days and I was really hustling. I was carrying a bunch of crap around and I kind of wore myself out. I got home and my feet were like done for. All those different things because Vegas is pretty big too and all that stuff. But yeah, you're going to have fun, and I think I know what budgeting and all that stuff, but if you can put it in the budget, I definitely think EVO is worth it. Just come at it from the excuse me, come at it from the idea that this is a gaming convention, and mixed in with all that, you can go play. I don't know how to say that right. I hope that makes sense. OMG's those. OMG's, I was just talking about you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, I went to this booth. And, where's my sticker at? I got some stickers too from your booth. I gotta grab that. It was dope. Catching up. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, man. I was telling Merlin that I don't know if Merlin made it to your booth, those, but I missed Merlin when I was there. But it was so good to meet you. I met Mitch. I met Waz. I met Speedy. I met Matt from SGF. And again, I got a picture with Mitch and Waz, but I forgot to get a picture with Speedy Labs, and I forgot to get a picture with Mavericade. Did I get a picture with Dose? I think I did get a picture with Dose. Yeah, yeah. I got a bunch. You know, matter of fact, I know what it was. Mitch made me uncomfortable because he was like, "Look at these dad pics." He was giving me a hard time. And I'm joking, right? But I was like, "Let me stop taking pictures." People are like, I don't know what's appropriate, right? So I don't want to get anybody offended, and that's why I didn't show the picture. I don't want anyone to like feel any type of way. But it was so much fun just meeting everybody and yeah, all that stuff, man. It was really 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 fun. Um, where is it at? Um, so back to like the things that I saw, right? Things that really surprised me. The Vitrix. I know Vitrix was sponsored. Sorry. And Dose, you might have seen this as well. And Mitch, you probably saw too. There were a lot of Vitrix Pro KOs in the during the play times. When you were walking around playing, it was shocking to see just that. I didn't know that many people because they had their booth there. It was right in the middle, but I guess I didn't really know that many people were looking for this pad or like the interest was there. You know, because I don't get asked a lot about it at this point. But I've got to get one in because I was shocked. I saw a lot of them. What else I see? I saw the swirl. So Merlin and Merlin, what was you, I wonder if he the Sagat line. Facts. Merlin called it the Sagat line. All the lines are crazy. Tokan, Sagat, City of the Wolves, Kin, and Invincible. You really had to get there early. So Midnight Blue Wolf, when you go to EU, you're gonna play the first day, right? Okay, here's how would I tell you to do this? Because my pool was at 1 o'clock, and my street. Oh, we gotta talk about Street Fighter. My Street Fighter was at 5, and I let Trini down really bad. I let Merlin down really bad. This is so embarrassing. Oh, mind you, picture this, right? I'm carrying two controllers around like a nut bag, right? So I have my Tekken controller, my Street Fighter controller, because I didn't know what to expect. I have two waters in my bag. They give you a water bottle that's empty. So, and also, only take one water bottle, drink that water obviously, and then go to the bathroom. Like they had the filtered in Vegas, they have the filtered water pumps. So just use the filtered water. Don't carry around a bunch of water. Take beef jerky, take cashews or trail mix because you're gonna need a snack because you're gonna need some food, right? Anyway, I get over to the Street Fighter line at 5 o'clock. This dude is like setting his stuff up and doing all these things. He goes, "Yeah, can I test my buttons real quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, go for it." Well, the match starts, and he's like, "Wait, can I test my buttons real quick?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He starts testing everything, going through all the. Okay, everything's good. Let's back out. I'm like, all right, whatever. We start playing, and he's beating the mess out of me. Like everyone knows my Street Fighter skill. It is remedial at best, right? I have a GED in Street Fighter. I can play the game because I know how to do a Hadouken. I can do a Shuriken. I know the gist of what's happening. But when you get to Evo, you don't know the rank of the person you're playing. These could be killers. These could be scrubs. Lucky for him, I was a scrub. Unlucky for me, this dude was a killer. And he knew it. He could tell by the first round that I had no clue what was happening. And he just pummeled and pummeled. You know, pause. He just pummeled and pummeled and pummeled me. If I could take any more, pause again. It's disgusting. It was disgusting. So it got to the point where I just laughed. Like the whole match, I just started laughing. So I was like, why did I do it? I think it was like $10. Because I figured, okay, look, I'm already at the event. So I would say this too. If you're there, if it's in your budget, if the different games are $10, just sign up for every game for 10. Not every game. The games you're curious about, one you care about, truly practice for, and the ones you're curious about, like Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat, City of the Wolves, anything else. Just City of the Wolves. City of the Wolves did not have that many entries. So if you just signed up and had fun, you may beat someone and go to the next round. You know, so put the $10 in the pot and just go play. Yeah, and even the second match of Street Fighter, the guy could tell I didn't know what I was doing, and he was nice about it. He still beat the piss out of me, but he was nice about it. First guy was kind of a douche. Like he just really just ran through me. Um, yeah, Victrix, as you mentioned, Victrix used to be the sponsor. used to be the sponsor of EVO for a bit. I could tell. I could tell by, where they were. And also Vitrix had a cool thing. They were laser engraving your Vitrix Pro if you were there on site. I don't know what the fee was, but they had a machine there and you kind of fed it through and it was just like, psst, just laser. It was really cool. It's the most premium off the shelf option. So it's popular for the uninitiated. I can see that. Because even when when I felt it, I could feel the metal top. When you open it, all the parts are inside. That was really cool. I need to show you guys the Quamba. I saw that one too, because Quamba was at the same booth as the ASI LVL prototype. Mitch, I carried a full mobile gaming setup. Oh my God. And the VM6R. So I thought I was struggling. Jeez, that's a lot of equipment. I saw you had a bigger bag, but when you're at these events too, so okay, I'm gonna say a couple things. These new flat pad style pads really help mobility, because when I was there moving around, I didn't really have to. It was heavy, but it wasn't. I was carrying a ton of stuff. Like that really did me a favor. The way all that worked out. The if you're carrying a joystick, you're going to want like a light sweater or something like that, because it does get chilly in there, because we're in Vegas, so the temperature, no joke, outside was like 105 to 110. It was insanely hot. Like when you got off the plane, I got off the plane, I want to say at 5 o'clock at night. It was in the afternoon. You get off the plane, you get your bag. As soon as the door opens, it's just like dry air. Like you're catching your breath, because like you might as well put your face in front of a stove, so it's going to be chilly inside with all that going on. But yeah, just figure it out, but if you're carrying, oh my God, the gaming setup and the VS, oof, that's a lot. So I'm not going to complain anymore. I didn't have it as bad as I thought I did. OG does for Tokon, we would restock and set up the booth by 7:30 and just stand in line and get there before the doors open. Facts, you kind of had to, because the lines again for all the games were so long. And this isn't a bad thing, right? This is, everyone is coming from around the world. They all want to experience this event with you. So you're not special, if that makes any sense, right? We're all equals as far as the only people I know who probably skipped the line was like Roofamonger, like the big players. And then again, I should have spoke more to those vendors and just try to see what I could do. Hey, I can get here early, I can stay late, because they may be wrapping up around 8 o'clock. Maybe they give me some time to play for like 20 minutes. That's what I should have done. But Saturday, I'll be honest, I was so tired. I think I was out of there by like 6:30, because I was trying to catch Merlin before I left, but I was so tired. I had to get out of there. My feet were killing me. But yeah, it's a really, really good time. Vadiox, shout out to Vadiox. Happy Sunday, Vadiox. Mitch, but I'm a large army guy that is used to rucking with heavy weights, so I am adjusted to that facts. Yeah, and it was just annoying because I went to a bunch of booths as soon as we got it. Yeah, that's really what it was. Like the first day, you are going to run through a bunch of booths, so just take good shoes. And again, if if you're broke, right? But you have one good pair of shoes. My advice is this: shoes are basically $200. This is depending on what you like to wear. There's inserts you can buy. Oh, these. Let me see if I can find them. Here's some insoles you might want to do instead. Sole inserts. These. Bum, 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 bum. Right. So what you can do is, instead, to save money and just get or not even save money, save yourself packing all this junk. I'm just gonna pick one of these. Like you'll figure it out. I'm just kind of picking to show my point. Excuse me. Get your pair of shoes and then take 2 of these with you, so that way every day you're taking these out, and then you're kind of getting a fresh pair of shoes because the sole is brand new. Get the gel, and again, not this model in particular. I'm just showing you like an idea, right? But because I got mine on Amazon. But anyway, that way your feet are good and you're not carrying a bunch of shoes. I did take 2 pairs of shoes, and the second pair of shoes I took, they sucked. So I ended up wearing the same ones from the first day on the second day. Oh, here we go. The ones that I use, I forgot. Anyway, I think I use these or something else, but you'll get the point. You'll figure out what works for you. And if you're in the States, there's Dick's Sports, there's Academy, all the different places carry these things. Go in, get some gel, super comfortable. I don't know, you'll figure it out. And just buy 2 packs of these, like $12. So you get 2 of these for $25, and now you're set for a day or 2 if you need. If you don't use the second one, just take it back. But open the first one for sure, and you'll be good to go. Because your feet are going to be done. I'm telling you right now. Vadiox, did you sign up for any games? I tried, Vadiox. I tried. OMG Dos had the best idea. Like he was working a booth, so they got there 7:30. They set up and played. I was getting there maybe I got there the first day I think around 9:30 because I thought it opened at 10. So I get there around 9:30 thinking, okay, let me get my badge. I wait in line. There was no line. I mean, there was a line, but it was very smooth, very fast on Friday to get in, get your badge. A lot of people were getting their badges on Thursday. I got there again Thursday night around 6, so it wasn't that much of a headache to get all that done. So yeah, don't worry about all that part. But when you go and you want to try different games, make sure you kind of budget that time out to figure those things out because it is going to be a bit of a challenge to get all that work done. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Um, yeah, you're definitely going to want to kind of like figure that out because the lines will be long. Like go in expecting the lines to be long, and if you go in expecting that, you won't leave upset. Because if you don't go in expecting that, you may get upset and feel like, well, dang, like I came in here, I paid my money, and now what value did I get out of this, right? So I would say don't walk in with that mindset. You're gonna have a lot of fun, and the people you meet, everyone was super nice. I had people walk up to me too. That was really cool. So where's my stethoscope? I took a stethoscope and I had my so the morning I was okay. Look, I know it's scorching hot in Vegas. I don't want to wear a doctor's hat. Shout out to you, Merlin. I didn't want to wear a doctor's hat. I didn't want to wear a doctor mask all day like a weirdo. So I was like, all right, what can I do? So I got a stethoscope on like Amazon for like $8. It was super cheap. I was in the hotel. I was like, hey, do you guys have any tape? So I took some clear tape and I taped this one of my business cards onto the stethoscope. And then I walked around with that. And people noticed, I had at least four. Because one, I beat the first guy with a dual pad Zen metal. And it was even cooler. Like, let me show you. I had that match here. So what was really cool about that was I see the Zen acrylic. I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like I'm seeing it in person. And then I get matched up. And tell me this guy doesn't have a Zen Pro right next to him. I was like, wow, what is the irony of this? Where's that right here? What is the irony of that? Let's see if this works. So and I might be able to show you guys at 360. Let me make this public. So another fun fact, don't ever record yourself playing a video game. Just don't do it. You look like a nutbag. I'm gonna show you myself. I looked crazy town, and I'm gonna show you. I didn't look. I'm having a seizure. I'm like, it's crazy. So I'm gonna make this public so I can view it over here. I had my 360 camera with me, so that's how I got a lot of this footage. Refresh. Let's see. Can I copy this link here? View on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna cut and send this to myself. I looked crazy because I've never actually. You don't. Whoever sits and watches themselves play, right? You see your hands. I'm like jumping in the chair. Mind you, I'm nervous too. So I'm gonna like kind of like shout myself out here that the nerves are kicking in. So I was doing whatever I had to do to win, and I did win. That's why I was more excited than anything else. But like, you're going through it, and also, I should be giving all these secrets away. As you're playing, pretend like you suck. You're like, wait, what? That doesn't even make any sense. What do you mean pretend like I suck? So, what I noticed was, if you kind of pretend like you suck, or like, I'm making all these mistakes, people, like, their nerves are ramped up too. They kind of start playing little different. Like, they don't really dial in. So here, we're playing. So look, boom, he's got the Zen right there. Dual pad Zen Pro metal. I had my flat, I took the M12 Plus, because I'm playing Tekken, right? So I had that one there. And I had the Soul Killer, and the Soul Taker, the Omish was taking it. So here I am, and there's my stethoscope. I had my Leverless Life t-shirt on. I was like, okay, it took me 30 minutes to pick a dumb t-shirt too. Like, what do I want to wear? I feel like I was going to a fashion show or like a hot date or something. It was funny. Trini, shout out to Trini. Trini, I was just talking about you, Trini. I let you down. I signed up for Street Fighter. I got my butt kicked. I was not ready. I was not ready at all. At all, Trini. It was disgusting. Pineapple pizza. Pineapple. I know pineapple pizza. Pineapple and pizza. We talked. So funny. Pineapple pings. I posted on our fight sticks, and he made a comment. And Pineapple was so funny. I get comments from all over the place all day long, so I don't always keep track of like who I'm talking to. And then I end up in the Hot42 Discord, and he comments in there, and I'm like replying to no big deal. And then he like sends me a message. It's so funny to talk to you in two places at the same time. I was like, oh, my bad. Anubis, shout out to Anubis. Happy Sunday, Anubis. Hell yeah, caught our doctor on stream again. Shout out to Anubis. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Doing very good. Doing very good. You can see the video here on stream. Don't record yourself playing a game. You look like a crazy person. Just don't do it. Don't. Is this 1080p right now? What quality is it? 720? It's probably the. Oh, will it get me off 2K? Let's see if the quality jumps up. It does. There you go. I look crazy. And you can see what's happening here. And the guy was cool enough to let me set the camera real quick. And this is a better view, actually, right here. But I was putting in work. And it's so funny. So the guy behind him with the glasses, they're buddies. And he said, he was like, I helped you prep for Fang all night last night. So he was just nervous. And I was so lucky because once I beat him, his next game, he beat the mess out of some guy. Like he was really on it. But I forgot this guy's name. I'll look it up in a second. But he was super nice too. Everyone I played was super nice. No one was a jerk, none of that nonsense. So you're going to have a really good time whoever you guys play. And the guy right here in red behind him with the dreads, he beat me the second match. I didn't get footage of that. And then he ended up being our bracket winner right there. Because he beat me. I beat the next guy. And then I lost to the guy after that. And then that guy played him. And that was like the final for our pool. So, yeah. But then you can see there, I'm like, I'm really like jumping all over the place too. I'm like, he's all chill. He's got his suit on, just relaxed, got his glasses, headphones. And I look like a crazy person. Like, oh my God. What round is this? And I was just studying, like, okay, like what do I need to do? And just keeping the game. And also, when your guys are playing, keep your game plan simple. Don't try a bunch of random wild. I mean, that's how you play. But figure out what works for you. You're going to be nervous, right? But make the person feel like you're nice, and they won't go so hard on you. It was so funny. All right, let me check the chat here. Vadiox, excuse me. Is it the emoji? Shout out, like the emoji. Sin, shout out to Sin. Happy Sunday, Sin. Sin and I talk all the time. Sin, I haven't forgot about you. I've been busy with school, so I haven't really been messaging. But Sin's my butt. I gotta show you all this design Sin made too. Oh. All right, so I'll refresh that second here. So shout out to Sin. The Kailh medal. I needed a design, so Sin made this. And when I saw the artwork, like on just clear artwork, I really wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. And I'm colorblind. It's green or brown. So my wife and I are looking at it. I was like, you know what? What if I put like blue and keep red, white, and blue going all the way around? And then we did some other things, and his design is perfect, and it's very America. He had Dr. Jones here, but I took that off and put Kailh. But it's very America. But once I printed it, I was like, oh, yeah, I really like this design. Shout out to Sin. This design is really slick. And I need to get back with Dose. I told Dose too, I was like, I need to figure out what I want to do. But I really would like to make an EVO, like an EVO 2025. It was weird. I kind of want to put it on the I'm sorry, I think I might have the flu if I told y'all. I think I might want to put it on the M Ultra because that one has no cover on it. But anyway, I'm figuring all that out. But this looks really slick in person. Shout out to Sin, that guy. It's nice. It's nice. This is legit. Yeah, anybody's good with artwork, send me your the PSD file. I'll take a look because I definitely need good art. That was really cool. So thank you, Sin. Let me check chat here. Trophy. I'm sorry. Poor dog just joining and pressing buttons on his left like he was trying to button answer Jeopardy. That is such. I'm telling you, when you're watching this, I was like, I mean, again, you don't watch yourself play. And then here's how you do it too, right? I'll give too many secrets away. So as you're playing, when the rounds end or the match ends, beat yourself up like you're playing like trash. So I'm like, as it ended, oh God, I had a seizure right there. I'm sorry. So right here, where are we at? Right? Where's that? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm about to take him out. He's about to die. Oh, he caught me. He caught me slipping. Boom. He had Lydia. So his Lydia was kind of on point, right? So yeah, he caught me slipping. And then boom, the sidewalk. Like boom, 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 right there. So then when it ends, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I can do better. I'm like, oh man, I messed up. I'm pretending like I'm making a bunch of mistakes. But lucky for me, I kind of downloaded him pretty quick. I could feel what he was doing. And I could tell he wasn't warmed up. I knew he could play. I mean, we're both here. Let's not pretend. We all know he can play. Cause but I had to like, okay, just think about it. And then I go back to like having seizures and like, and I noticed too when I play, I'm talking crap in my head. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm really just talking mess, but I guess I'm very expressive. So I guess I showed on my face, but yeah, that was interesting. Question. Gibby, shout out to Gibby Giberson. Happy Sunday, Gibby. Cool camera to bring. Yeah, man, I wish on hindsight I should have put the 360 on my other matches, but I must have pressed because you have to push the 360 button every time, I think. Because when I turned it on for the last two matches, I wasn't really thinking. I just kind of turned it on. So yeah, if you see Grand Blue player handling out cups of tea, that's me softening up opponents to make them think I'm nice. Midnight Blue was bringing chips and salsa. He's bringing snacks. It is so funny, It's you really do. I think a lot of us that play fighting is we've done martial arts at some point in our life, right? So when you do stuff like this, you do want to get in someone's head. You want to like ease the pain of like what's about to happen to them, right? Or make it easier for you to kind of read what's about to take place. It was so funny. And like I said, he's got a suit on, he's got the Pro Controller Zen, like he's looking lavish. And I'm just sitting here looking pissed. It was so funny. Oh my God. I was like, in my head, I'm like, please, just. And like I said, his buddy, and again, everyone was so nice. And his buddy told me they prepped for, because everyone knows Fang. So that's also a challenge where my character is so familiar. A lot of people practice Fang. So it makes a little bit of my work harder. I have to kind of change my game plan up or mix things up. Like I have to kind of switch things around. Boom. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. And then smiles. And the woman's like, here I go from looking crazy. Oh my God. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, boom, boom. And smiles. It was crazy. Crazy. The nicest guy. I think it was Spotty, but yeah, Spotty was the nicest person. Like him and his whole crew were really, or him and his buddy were really, really nice. Shout out to Vice FGC. Happy Sunday, Vice. Did they just serve me snacks and watch me at a facts in? That's when you go Blue Wolf, Midnight Blue, that's such a good point. Bring snacks. You called it. Take some snacks and be the nicest person. And then every round, oh my God, that was pure luck. Oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. Oh my God, that was pure luck. Like you have to make them think you're a scrub. And they will treat you like a scrub and you can beat the piss out of them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Spectral Vision. That's his name. Spectral Vision. Really nice guy. Shout out to Spectral. Why does it look like this? It's not 360. I might have the name wrong on this video. Oh, did I record it twice? I guess I did. Yeah, he was super nice though. Is that the same match? Oh, I know what I did. Okay, so another fun fact. Here's the camera I use. I have the Insta 360 X3. Record all your matches in 360, right? And what it does is when you download the studio on your desktop, you can move the zoom and only, and then download the forward-facing view. That's what I'm gonna do from now on. So I'll record in 360 for myself, and then I'll only upload the front-facing cameras. You guys can see the match. That's what happened here. But yeah, all right, let's talk about what else I saw. Because what else? There's a ton. There's so much good things to see. I'll kind of put these here just for now. This one, dude, he was really fun too. This guy that beat me or I beat him? This one was this the Lydia Jun guy? No, he was Anna. He was Anna, and I beat him. And I was nervous because Anna's no joke. But what's cool is when you're at these events, remember, and again, the view sucks, I apologize. But remember, as you guys are doing this, don't take any risks. Play, safe Tekken, play safe Street Fighter. Do what you need to do to win. And no one's taking offense by winning and losing. That's him right there. Super nice guy. Shout out to you, dude, youngster. He was really, really nice. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. And the last guy that beat me, Did I get that match? I did get this match. He started with Lydia, and y'all saw the punishment I put on Lydia earlier. So I went to town on him. Pause. His Lydia, I put work on her, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, I need Jun." And then once he picked Jun, look at what I did. Okay, there's the. Oh wait. There's her health. There's my health. So we're gonna get to a point where essentially, look at that. I pressed rage by accident. In the air, boom! I missed. Instead of I back up and I hit rage, and that ended my set. That ended me. We were 2-2. It was a final round, and that one dumb move caught me, but it was so much fun. Gibby, was the finals easy to get into for EVO? Yes, it's right behind. So here's the map when you go. So when you go to EVO, and again, the best way I would tell people, treat this like, think of yourself going to a conference, less a gaming convention, right? You're going to like, or a convention, a conference, whatever, less gaming. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's tons of gaming, but if you come at it from that perspective, you start to kind of lay the land better, and you start to perceive what your next mission is. Like, okay, where do I want to play? Where do I want to go? If you went to a conference tomorrow and you know everybody wants to see one speaker, you know you got to get there early. So you want to play Token, Invincible, all these different things. You're going to have to get to the booth early, like OMG Dose did. If you just want to hang out, you can do that too. The arena is all the way to the left, and it's behind it. You don't even know it's there because you're going to walk over and there's a big TV hanging from the wall. You think you're at the end of the conference, but there's like it looks almost like an emergency exit, but really that's the walkway into the large arena. And when you walk in there, it's really big, and that's where you can watch the finals for every game that's taking place, and you'll hear people there, especially the second day. You'll hear people down there playing, and you just walk in and hang out. Like, it's not a big deal. Obviously, I mean, I won't say be rude because you can't be rude. It's so big. You just walk in, find a seat, and then you can walk out whenever you want. The swirl. So I actually played with the swirl there. So, and Mitch, did you get your swirl? I know. I wonder if yours ever showed up. So, I know Sin has his. Playing with the swirl, I played. They had Mario Kart. They had a bunch of different game sets. So I played Mario Kart. The swirl is actually pretty cool. It does take. So I played right there on the left. I'm walking up to. I'm walking to the right. I'm walking to the. Yes, Mario Kart. This is the one I actually played on. So when you walk up, it does have good weight to it. The buttons are MX switches, so they feel like MXs. The swirl, it feels like a rubber grip a little bit on your thumbs. And those are your two joysticks, and it is a mind twist to start playing. Like, it's going to take you, just like leverless, it takes you a minute to kind of like, okay, how does this work? How do I get myself moving, shaking, all the different things? But once you get it, you kind of get it. I didn't get to play Call of Duty or something like that, or any adventure games. So I can't speak to what that's going to feel like, but it feels like what you would think it would feel like, as far as the joysticks, and it is pretty cool. And here was SGF. Did I get a video of their? So here, that was his mom, sweetest lady. She was so nice. I don't remember people. I'm so bad with names. I don't remember her name, but she was super nice. And the bananas they had for sale there, she made them by hand. So that was super cool. That machine to the back left there, that is what they use to print every one of those buttons, every one of the rings, every one of the keycaps, and the controllers. Like, they're really not playing around with this setup here. And here's the three layouts. There's the Faust, the Alpha, and the Gladius. The Gladius is $300. Ouch. It's 300, but I think it was all steel though. But yeah. And then you can, like, so you go and they'll print whatever design you want. Excuse me. And that one has the pinky on it and all that good stuff. And then their the Faust comes their stock model, the original. And then the Alpha, I believe the Alpha, I can't really see what I'm looking at here, but the Alpha, I think, is the middle one. It's basically 3 levels to the controller. And there was someone standing there, so I tried to get a better shot, but that was the best I can get. But yeah, and we talked a lot about the machine they brought in, the costs around the booth, all those things I'm not going to get into, but shout outs to them for coming out, because they did a really good job. They had really nice setup, and just more than anything, they were just really nice people. That was any vendor rude? I hate to say this. How can I say it? They weren't rude. Maybe they were just busy. They were a little standoffish. Can I say that? It wasn't them. It was Was it the Impress guys? It was. Where are you? Where are you? Because I think I videoed them too. Again, they weren't rude. Who I'm thinking of. When I find it, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll find it in a second, I'll show y'all. So here, I met the Mavericade. So I actually got to play on the Key Warrior. Fun fact, this thing is big. Like the leg adapter is bigger than you think it is. You never open it and sold it off IRC. Junk food was nice. They were nice. It was I think it was the Impress people. Impress Nano. Their customer service was fantastic because I was there and a guy came up and said, "Hey, one of my switches stopped working and I think it's out of warranty." And they were like, "Look, you're here. We'll take care of it." So they were super. I'll take it back. They weren't stand up. They were just busy because there was like a college kid. So I guess like a worker guy up in the booth, and then there was the main guy that appeared to me who knew how to construct everything. But I really wanted to get one of those in review because that thing was so thin. It was. Where's my phone? It was about as thick as a phone. Like I did not think it was that thin until you see it in person. The Impress Nano, the switches weren't my favorite, but it was very thin. I was shocked in a good way. I was like, wow, this is really cool. But yeah, their customer service was fantastic. Like, I watched them help someone who was like, "Hey, I think my controller has XYZ. Things just break." And you're like, "Hey, don't worry about it. We got you. We'll take care of it right now." So they were just really nice and got them all squared away. So that was really cool to see. And I keep looking over. I'm supposed to be having 2 streams right now. There's supposed to be this and my vertical short stream. And this dumb thing is not working. It's making me mad. So I'm like, I'm going to pay no mind to this anymore and kind of let this be. Isn't it just how the world works? Anyway. So back to what I was saying. Okay, so where are you? There's my browser. Yeah, but the Key Warrior was really cool. It's thicker than you think too. It's about the size it's almost as thick as a regular Mavericade. The flat. It's not. Yeah, it's about that thick. Off the ground. I'm saying. And it felt really comfortable when you and it's wider than you expect. Like it's really like a wide layout. I mean, you could see it, but I just didn't really expect it until I started playing. I was like, wow, this is actually, and it sits very comfortable on your lap. It's just, you're almost playing off the side of your lap. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It was just different. But this guy, was it Rectangle? I forgot the name of this guy's booth. He had every controller. A lot of vendors were posted up at his booth and super good customer service. Like I said, everyone at the whole event was really, really nice. I met Willis from the arcade, Will from the Mavericade, super nice. We talked for a good while actually. And fun fact, found out. Oh, y'all can't see. I'm sorry. There we go. Talking with Will at Mavericade, the train's a real person. He's like, yeah, I've seen him before. I was like, really? He's really. We all know the name of the train if you know GB2040, but I was like, let him know to come out. I don't know what his relationship is. I talked to him on Discord, but I never talked to him in person or by voice. I don't know what his schedule like, all the different things, right? I know he's getting pinged from everywhere because it's firmware. But I was like, let him come out. We want to show love and, show appreciation for the hard work they put in, all that good stuff. So he was really nice. Will Mavericade team was really nice. And if you guys didn't see SGF, I said they were really nice. But like I said, the stats, Punk Workshop, I was shocked. This booth sold out. Like I didn't know. As I talked to them, come to find out, they're big in Japan. I know most people probably know this. They're very big in Japan. I guess since they were on shore, right, and they're able to kind of buy it here, I saw Punk come over here. His name is Punk. So Punk came over and picked up something from them. I saw a couple other people. You saw a lot of the pros walking around. Shout out to Joe Crush. He's from, I want to say he's from Central Texas, but I saw him out there. I actually I happened to walk over to the Tekken area and he had just won his match against K-Wiz. And I like K-Wiz, the Huawei player, but he had just started the set and he won that. So it's pretty cool. But Punk Workshop, I want to say they said they had a U-Haul truck full of controllers. And by time I came this day at the end of day 2, if you look behind them, there's some cardboard boxes. That's all they had left. Punk Workshop was cleaning up. I just never would have guessed. They were cleaning up. There's a Sapphire. So then I did catch the Sapphire. And this is at the same, there's Waz in the background. Shout out to Waz from ASI. The Kwama Sapphire, and he was there. and it's wider and bigger than you think. It's definitely bigger than you think it is. And that's not in a bad way. It's just it is wider and bigger than you think it is. It's um, but it was cool though. It was cool to see it, in person, and um, yeah, it's the colors. I don't like the colors. The artwork's gonna come off immediately. The wrist rest was super soft. The switches sit pretty flush with the top, so they're not very tall. It's very comfortable feeling, right? You're not having to like raise your fingers that high, so they did a good job with that. Everything was really well put together. It just felt like a solid piece, unit and everything else. That was really cool. Um, and it has a strap. I didn't even know that. It comes with get the strap, right? So it has a strap inside, and all that stuff is pretty cool there. So once you kind of get it, it seems like it's really meant for you to go and play. All the components were inside. I'll let this play some more. All the components were inside the case. I tried to open it at one point. I think I took pictures at one point, but it was really cool seeing this in person too, and just kind of seeing, it's definitely on the way. It's definitely a real thing, and it was definitely there. And here's the one. So two things. The one I'm going to really surprise you. I'll show you in a second. Here was Brooks. Brooks had a small booth. They had a really small booth there, which is like good enough. They had the Starburst set. They had both the white Starburst. It looks fantastic. That thing looks really nice in person. The white was like, wow, the white was really nice. They had both there. They had a different setup. The booth was fairly quiet. I think just because of where it was at, because right across them was Ori, and Ori had a big booth. A lot of people talking to Ori, but I think it was like the location they were at. But super, they were. I didn't really talk to them much. I don't know if their English is that good, but everything was nice. Like no one was rude, so that was really cool. Glyph. I actually got to play on the Glyph, and they left before I can get video of it. But this controller here is this big smash box, and it had all the buttons you can imagine. I didn't know what to do, so he was kind of teaching me and showing me how it all works on this stuff, because I was like, "This is a lot of buttons." It was a lot of buttons, but super nice team there, and just really, you can tell they care about their product, and they're really putting a lot of effort into making a really solid product. So that was really cool. Um, yeah, they were really nice, really good people. And then there was this one. This is the one that shocked me also. The Vermillo, they had another vendor there that was selling their products for them. So this is kind of this booth was actually really big, but they had all the Vermillos. They had the FK2s, they sold out. They had the HA10s. They're pre-orders, but I think they sold out. They had the Kasai's. The Kasai was there. And what's interesting is the HA10, I think it's basically a Punk Workshop redesign, because the Punk Workshop was shaped something like these Vermillos, but these were all metal. And that gold, I want that gold one so bad. But they're all metal, and they feel weighted. Like they feel not weighted, but like you feel you're getting your money's worth. Like, oh wow, these like premium feeling. You're spending your money's worth on these things. Really nice. I was really surprised. Really nice. Let's see here. Let me check the chat here also. I'm like trying to set up the second live chat here. This dumb thing's giving me a hard time. That one. Yeah, what else was I saying? So yeah, I was really surprised that this one was and I want to say they pretty much sold out, because I came around, they had a sign up and it was like sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. So all the Kasai sold out. A lot of their stuff sold out. Let me check chat here. Come up a little bit. It's easier to use a Punk Workshop item at EVO if their only waiting period for the US site is there. Right, yeah. And you know what's funny? The buttons they had, like the way their buttons feel, were very like short travel. They felt almost like the Tikitaka Kasumis is what they're called. They felt a lot like that. The qualifier stuff looks really, it does. It looks really nice in person, and it, like I said, it's wide on your lap. It's the MX switches. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel heavy from what I could tell. It felt light. It just felt wide, and yeah, it feels cool. I was really like, wow, I'm excited to see that in person. I still want to get the Qualcomm Sapphire. Yeah, that one, I think people are going to be impressed when they see it. And again, I played a little bit, like for a quick minute, just because there's, it also gets, you know, if you're going to meet vendors, it's kind of hard to do. So and if you're trying to like play everything and touch everything, you may find yourself having to stay to the end of the day or go early in the morning. So keep that in mind as you're working through all this stuff, how you do your schedule, because that will affect what you do get to touch and see. The Hitbox team, they were super nice. I think the vibe I got from them was, we're Hitbox, you know who we are. The guy I talked to, it wasn't this guy in front of you. It was another guy I was speaking to in particular. Yeah, so that was that. But if you like a Hitbox, here's the good thing. When you go to their events, they have refurbished hitboxes for 150, 160, and they're PS5 compatible. So they take the original hitbox, we'll say version 1, I don't know. So imagine a version 1 hitbox with the brains taken out. They put a PS5 board in there, and now you're getting it for like 160, 150. So if you're interested in getting a hitbox and you're not worried about the Ultra or the different versions, you'll be able to catch a deal at the locals events to get it for a good price. And Sapphire buttons have adjustable throw. I didn't get to test it out. They do. That was part of the sales pitch. Yeah, they should. Oh, gee, I wish they were selling the Sapphire. I like how it felt more than the Victrix. I kind of thought that too. The Victrix felt better than I thought it did, but the Sapphire did feel nicer. It felt more like standard. It felt more flush, right? Like most of your, like, I don't know, this is in front of me. It was more like standard height, more like flush heights. That was really impressive when I saw it there. I was like, oh wow, this is better than I expected. For the Starburst, I asked them, they said remapping software should be coming out soon. Oh, perfect. It really needs that. Yeah, it really needs that. When I passed by, I think I told him I had a Starburst, but I don't think, again, I'm not sure if it's the person that I spoke to at the Brooks booth. I'm thinking maybe his English in particular was not that good, because I live in Central Texas. So a lot of people that come from Mexico here, they can come off rude, but they just don't speak good English. So they're just like, they're a little uncomfortable talking to you. They just don't speak good English. So when I talked to him, I got a little bit of that similar vibe where he's not a mean person. He's just, his English may be a little iffy and felt a little uncomfortable like talking. Again, there was like 5 people at the booth. The one person in particular I spoke to was that vibe. The Paradise Arcade here was Paradise Arcade. They had a big booth. So one side was like joystick, all the gear. And then this was the Paradise Arcade leverless side. And those things were like, this one right here was super thick. Like this side this is a thick boy, or not that one, this one in the middle. Those are thick. And you see, they had them stacked. They were ready to go. So they had a bunch to sell there. If you came, you definitely got your controller, your clear acrylic, smoothed off edges, everything was ready to go. And then when you got to the left-hand side, they had I think they're Impress Nanos, what they are, I think. But these things are super thin. Like, I was shocked. They're metal too. They feel really nice. The switches they're kind of like butterfly switches from like the Mac, so they're okay. I didn't get to play a game with, so I can't tell you how good they feel like after time. But I was like, okay, they're butterfly. It's interesting. But the metal was really nice. And again, I was super shocked how thin they were. It felt like a phone. It was really, really thin. And I could tell they were busy because the 2 guys on the right, they were doing a lot of stuff. Whereas the guy, you can't see him, but the guy on the left's one I mostly interacted with. He was cool. He was all right. Didn't really say too much, but he was all right. And then where's that here? Here's I knew I had Speed Labs. So there is the Split Fox Pro and the Light Fox. Very similar in size, like barely bigger. It was all metal, so the rings on the side were all metal. That was really cool. It was really nice. And like how Speedy had like Speed Labs on his artwork going across the screen. Really nice design. Let's see here. Man, the only thing putting me off the Brooks Starburst is the button spacing looks a little wide. I would say when you're using a Starburst in person, it feels pretty natural. It doesn't feel that wide. The only thing that you're going to notice is the concave keycaps. Those do kind of feel one way or another to you. They just will. It is a little different. Maybe I got used to, but the Starburst isn't so bad. Yeah, exactly. OMG called it right. It feels natural when you're playing with it. Yeah, and the Brooks guys were a little lightweight quiet. Yeah, okay, yeah, they were quiet to me too. So, and again, I think that was just like That's everybody. When you go to another country, you don't speak the language good. You know, you're just kind of watching what you say. You're trying to make your sentences in your head, all that stuff. So yeah. But they did get excited when they saw me with my white one, and they asked if I got it in Japan. I should have showed a picture. That way they would have known, like, because they were also giving, like, if you bought one or if you had one, they were giving away Brooks swag. They had like there's like a keychain. They had some other, they just had stuff at their booth to, you know, give away. So I should have showed them that first to kind of break the ice. That's where I messed up. But again, you're walking around so much. You're seeing so many things. It's hard to remember in the moment. I'll be honest. Like those thin leverless ones from Paradise are crazy. That part. That's the part too. They are really nice as far as what they are and what they provide, but they were expensive. They were expensive. So that was a little bit of a, where's that? That was a little bit kind of like and again, they had every design you could think of for them, but it is a little, these pair, yeah, I think they're Empress Nanos. They are a little expensive though. They're a little expensive, and I don't, yeah, yeah, I'll kind of leave it at that. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Now here's where I got to see the Flex Strike. And soon, like, it was so funny. I went in here and I didn't look through the middle of the room. I think it was Dose. It was somebody that said, "Hey, it's in the room." So I went back later in the day and actually got video going around the whole case for the front and the back. And when you walk up, it's right there. So it appears though it comes with a case. The buttons, the buttons you press kind of lift off the base because it has like a geometric shape to it. The stick is there, it has all the wireless features. Everything's, you know, kind of built in, all that stuff. I'll kind of pass it here. There you go. And then when you go around it, there's nothing on the left. And on the back, there's just your power port. And it looks almost as if, is that the touchpad or the thing comes off? I can't tell that it's on the left-hand side there. But you can see how it kind of raises off the base right there. And given this case, I'm assuming that lever comes off because the case was not thick at all. It almost has to come off. Oh, they give you a swag bag. Oh, no, I should have showed them a picture. Dang it. I could have got a swag bag from Brooks. Yeah, but that was really cool. They, it's, yeah, how do I say this? It looked thinner than I expected, I guess. I didn't really know what to expect, but it did look thinner than I expected. It looked kind of cool. I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting. This is different. So I'm excited to see how this kind of hits the market and how that's going to, like, what that's going to do. Let's see here. Let me come back here. What's that? And then, okay, so now you can kind of see what it looks like when you're in the building. So when you're walking around, this is way to the left. Like, I mean, you really have no clue how big this conference place is. It's big. Like, this looks small from this video. It looks like it's not that big. And right there, there you go. So when you're walking back, behind this curtain to the right, the finals are taking place back there. So when you see the curtain, you almost assume that you can see the lights. There you go. You almost assume that there's nothing back there, like they're trying to block off the room. No, you can walk back there. Yeah, you can walk right back there. And this is day 2, so a lot of this is dying down. The day 1, this whole thing is packed. This is every place is taken up with people doing their pulls and getting ready to play. Oh, there we go. Now I got my vertical and horizontal live feed going. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, it's EVO. They do a really good job with the event. It's really, I'm excited for everyone to go. Like, I think you're really going to be impressed and excited to see, you know, all this in person. Let's see, here's that. Yeah. So that's, Oh, and Fatal Fury to the Wolves. This one was pretty. This is like the very end of the day, and there was. This looks like nothing. There was still a line there to get in. So I was like, oh, I'll go play Fatal Fury right quick. And I looked and was like, oh, still a line. So I kind of just let it go. You can see people, trying the game out and playing Ken and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. But going over the controllers. So again, when I looked at the numbers that I saw in front of me, just taking quick. And this is the first day early on. The Victrix Pro. This pad was everywhere. And I know they had a booth there, but it was everywhere. Let me close some of these down. Too many tabs open, I think. Close some of these out. There we go. Not that one. Boom. Yeah, this pad was everywhere. Like I said, I was really surprised. I didn't know that people. Not so much had so much demand. That yeah, there's that much demand for this pad because I don't really get asked a lot about it. But yeah, a lot of people had this one. I saw 3 in the first thing in the morning. I saw 3 just walking around the little free play area. Walking around the free play, I saw 1 ASI LVL, and then later throughout the whole time I was there, I definitely saw at least 5 ASI LVLs in different forms. I saw at least. The Victrix, this one, I would say I saw at least 10. I would be completely honest. The ASI LVLs. There you are. I saw more WAS LVLs. I prefer the ABC, but I saw a bunch of these. And they were white too. That was kind of cool. Like I saw just like the stock look. So the white one was definitely making numbers. What else I see? I saw 6 hit boxes first thing in the morning. And I would say by the end of the day, I probably saw maybe 10 hit boxes. Joysticks, I didn't keep count of joysticks. The JFAs, I saw 3 of those. The QRD, I saw 1 QRD wireless. That was cool. The Victrix, the large Victrix. Where's the original one? This one. No. Where are this guy? I was surprised I saw 4 of these first thing in the morning. And these things are big. Like they are bigger than what I thought in person. But you see, I saw these like right off the bat. Walking around. I was like, oh wow. So I thought they were going to take over the show for me. But that was really cool to see those. And then I did see an R16 on the floor. That was really cool. I was like, oh wow, there's R16s out here. Yeah, I saw this one there. There was the white one. There was this edition. So I saw the R16s. That was really cool to see. Like, people use this in tournament, right? The one that shocked me the most, you guys would never guess what I saw. Let me check the chat, and I'm gonna show you what you would never guess what I saw. Those thin doubles ones from Paradise are I gave me pretty proprietary, but yeah, they are proprietary. Facts and facts. It can be hard to tell what is a hot item amongst the masses. It can, right? Because I get asked so much about really GP 2040 things, to be completely honest, right? But I guess as a marksman, people are like, they're just kind of buying what they want to buy. The one that surprised me was the G. I thought I would see an S, like for sure. I saw at least 5 Gs. And it was to the point where I saw it early and I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, oh, maybe these people are just kind of digging it. And then I start seeing more and I'm like, wow, like there's a lot of Gs here. And what was wild is y'all saw me playing. I'm not a big guy. I mean, I'm 6 feet. Shout out to the 6 foot tall brothers. I'm 6 foot tall, triple X riding gloves. So I do have long hands, right? But I'm what, 200 pounds. I'm fairly, I'm fairly thin. People were playing with these things in their lap. I was shocked. And they were like, and not even like batting eye to, like, and not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, I was just surprised. Like, it was kind of cool to see. Like, wow, people out here with the G. And it was, like I said, it was so many where what really made me think was like, well, dang, where's the S's? Like, no one brought an S. Everyone's playing G's. I was really surprised. So shout out to the Haute42 G. It's putting a lot more than people think it is. It can be hard to tell. Being a brand fan is being a fan of features in a sense, I guess. Facts. You never know what is just popping off though. Facts. You really, and also with all the worldwide travelers, watching Punk Workshop, watching Impress, like just the different companies. There's a lot of people from all over the world there, and it felt like we have access to Japanese things or other country things here. I'm gonna take advantage. So a lot of people were, trying other brands. I don't know how to say it, but it felt like that was the vibe, and that was really cool to see that they weren't, like you said, so they weren't locked into what the brand they know. They were venturing out and trying something else. And that was really cool, really really cool to see. Shrimp pasta. First of all, thank you, Shrimp. Huge shout out. Super chat. Pair character doing a sign with his hand saying "cool." Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so you remember you saw them too. Yeah, Shrimp was. That's Shrimp. You were there. That's right. You messaged after. I wish I would have known you there. I would have pinged you as well. Definitely linked up. But I was surprised the number of G's I saw. That was really really cool. The other thing that surprised me. I mean, I don't know why I was surprised to see this. The X series, and not that, like, not in a bad way. It's just you never know what people are going to be playing with. I saw in the morning, I saw two. By the afternoon, I saw two or three more, like playing in the pools with these. So like, and I think I saw one joystick module, and the rest were either MX or LP. I wasn't, I didn't want to. Again, I'm looking at people's laps, so it's kind of weird, right? But so I'm like, I didn't want to make it like obvious. I'm like, and I would take a picture too, but it was really cool to see, just what people are using. Like, oh wow, this is really cool. In the morning, I saw 3M Ultras. So by the end of the day, I don't know how many were still laying around, but this is just early in the day, like when the pools first start. I saw 3 of these like right off the bat. That's the M12 Plus. That's the Ultra. Yeah, the Ultras. And then of course we all know what was there. These were there. The Razer Kitsunes were definitely there. I saw, again, not really keeping like a strong count. Well, the price dropped. Look at that, $229. Interesting. The market's heating up. They got to lower that price, $70. Wow. Now wait a minute. Now the question becomes, at $229, PlayStation 5 compatible, optical switches. Huh. That's a pretty good. I gotta think some more. I need some more Dayquil. I think that's a pretty good deal, off the top of my head. Wow. Sent. People hated on their Blaze buttons, but I like them. I feel like no one bothered trying to swap to different micro switches. The only mouse button switch that is hot swap right now. That's different, right? Sorry. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's yeah. It was really wild. Like, just kept taking a glimpse of what people are using. So the Razors there, I saw at least. I got 4 in the morning. I would say probably 6 total. I got more X series. This one shocked me. This one I did not expect. This I did not expect. This one surprised me. The T16, just to kind of show where they're gonna go, how far they've come. When you went to the Invincible booth, they were using T16s for leverless players. And what was even cooler was to even have a booth that offers, your style of play. They had joysticks, they had controllers, and they had T16s for. Because when I walked by, I saw the box on the counter. It was like on the edge, and I thought that the person playing had brought their T16. So I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Let me take a picture." And I think I asked, "Hey, did you just buy this here? Like, where'd you find this? Like, what's vendors selling Haute42s at the event?" And he was like, "No, this is at the booth." So they had T16s at the Invincible booth to play with. That was super cool to see in person. What else did they have here? They had, and the last couple I saw were, I saw U's. Like, I never would have guessed this. I think I saw one, but the fact that I saw you, and it was funny, was either they just bought it or they showed up with it, but they took it out the box. Like, as I'm walking by, because I know the box, so he's pulling the Haute42 U series out the box. I was like, oh wow, like I never would have guessed I see a U at a tournament. That was really cool. And again, I'm saying this not to say that nothing's tournament ready, because I play all these pads. I know they're tournament viable. It's one of those things where you just don't know in the past 12 months what people are using. That's where I was really getting at. We're like, wow, it was cool to see where, what people, and there's tons of joysticks or tons of control, like PS5 controllers. I've seen some people plug in like these old school controllers. Everyone came to play with what they knew how to play on, and no one was judging anybody. No one was talking crap. It was really a good vibe, and really just, you're at EVO, so you better bring your A game, bring what works for you, and be ready to play. All that stuff. Razor Scare or leverless control. Is Razor Scare or leverless controller? The Ori Nova. Let me see. The only thing the Nova, because I think the Nova uses doesn't use V2 switches like Kailh's. And I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Where is the switches on this thing? Or there goes Or UK. Switch. Hot swappable switches. I can't remember what switches they use at the top of my head. I can't think. There's the manual. Oh, hello. Click the button. Here we go. There you go. Okay, so boom, it's MXs. How can I zoom in here? Oh, too big. Okay, so these are MX. It looks like they're MX switches, but are they they got pins on the bottom, so I don't think they're opticals. A certain mechanical switch, void, blah, 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 blah. Key lock, toggle switch. Wait a minute. No, they have pins. They have pins. So they're MX switches, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see this one there. Ori didn't have it there. I asked, as a matter of fact, now you mention it. I went by their booth. That's why I didn't take any like videos of Ori. They had their regular controllers, like the Pro and the regular controller, but they did not have this one there. And I was kind of surprised. He said it's only for sale in Japan. So I was like, okay, I get it, but you could build hype by putting it in your booth now. If that makes sense, right? Like, you're missing. In my eyes, if I'm going to an event to display our products, it costs nothing to take a couple extra controllers with us and have them just sitting there in a case, to be honest. Even one. Just put that one in a case. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I will say the Ori folks were really nice. I talked to them and they were just good people. They were really cool, really nice. His English was better, so that's why he was so nice, but he was really nice. Let me see here. But the heavy button press and short throw can be tiring for extended play facts. That much understandable. Have to press, not as harsh, and I think maybe nylon button caps would make it more interesting. Vibe, shout out to Vibe. Happy Sunday, Vibe. Just got my C16 in the mail right now. Apparently they replied to my comment. Appreciate the reply. No problem. I can't wait to hear what you think about this C16, and I hope you like it. If you end up liking that style of play, if it's not too, it's not wide, that one's tight, but if you need it, I can't talk. I think you're gonna like the C16. It's a good like starting level. That's a really good pad. And I actually took that one with me. That was the one I was carrying around because I was like, I need to take two. I sat here I almost took the Zen. I almost took a bunch of stuff. I didn't really know what to do, but the one I played on pretty much the whole time was the Intel Plus. I only played Tekken really, so that's why. But yeah. But yeah, what else did I see? There's two more. I saw the Hay box. I did see one Hay box. And this was at the booth. So where Maverickade was posted up at, Hay box was not Hay box. Leverless. I can't think of its name. But I saw one of those there. And then the other one I saw on the floor that I did not expect to was the Vermillo FK2. This one I saw 5 times also. So it was kind of wild. I wasn't seeing a lot of one-offs. So I saw the U one time. I saw the R16 one time. QRD wireless one time. Everything else, I saw the R16 one time. Everything else, for the most part, I saw at least 5 times. So it was a lot of variety for what people were using. Everyone now, I could tell their minds opening up to, okay, look, what works best for me. Like, there is no best pad. There just isn't. There's no best joystick controller. It isn't. What works best for you and what makes you win? Because you're here. You spent all this money. You better come in here and perform. Speedy, shout out to Speedy. I was just talking about you, Speedy. We're showing the where's my tab at? I was showing here, right there, boom. The Split Fox and the Light Fox, Split Fox Pro and the Light Fox there. And I was telling you also, you put me onto the arena. I had no clue the arena was right behind my head. He's like, yeah, it's right there behind the curtain. Yeah, shout out to Speedy. If you guys see Speedy in person, he's really nice, dude. Go up, say hello, talk to Speedy. Good people, really good people. Vibe so far feels very, yeah. The C16 is nice, and don't forget Vibe with the pad. You can take the artwork panel off, and you can play it ring. If you take the panel off, just the acrylic top, you could technically play it as a ringed pad because you could feel the rings. And if you wanted to play it regular, just put the acrylic top back on it, and now it's regular. So you kind of get like a 2-for-1 with that pad. And for the price, it gives you so much value. You get the metal base. You can put the shadow hunting switches. It comes with wind engine, which are really nice. But you can mix and match all the things you want to do with that pad for a really good price. The wrist rest on there is not as big as the M Ultra, but I mean, the M Ultra is also 150. So you're kind of like, what do you expect, right? And matter of fact, I did see a C16 too. I saw because somebody playing, I think they were playing, was it Grand Brew? And on Street Fighter had this pad. They were there with the C16. Because I did see a couple of these. It was like 2. It wasn't a bunch. It was like 2. Because I know this one just came out. But yeah, I did see the C16 out there also. So yeah, it was a lot. There were a lot of different devices out there. It was really, really cool to see. Really, and again, all the vendors were super nice. Catching everybody. It was really a really good time, and really, yeah, I was impressed with just how it all worked out. There was no point while I was there that I felt like it's crowded. I didn't feel like, I mean, the line split of games was a bit much. That part did kind of suck. But it didn't feel, you never had bad vibes when you were there, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it was really good. And how can I share this screen? Oh, I can't share this one because I want to share like the museum, the indie games. I got a bunch of indie games. I didn't play, I watched, but I did see I went through the whole indie alley and kind of watched all those. It was the second day. I was tired. So they were like, hey, you want to try? I was like, no, I'll get footage. And then I was going to post it, but I've seen better videos of what I was going to post. So I'm like, well, I don't know if maybe I should post it anyway, just to kind of support their work. All the games were cool. There was only maybe 2 games I wasn't that fond of in the alley that they weren't bad. They just felt like I could tell they weren't ready for prime time, right? There's only 2 of them that were like that, but all the other ones are really, really well put together. And there's one game, it's kind of like Virtua Fighter, but it was like 8-bit version of Virtua Fighter. You died fast, like 2 hits, you're dead. It's called Dojo Masters. Let me see if I can find that. This game. Oh, maybe I should post this video then, because there's not a lot of videos about this game. This game, it looks like what it sounds like. It is 8-bit, so it does look, kind of 8-bit. But it was really cool, like to... Let's see. Where's the gameplay? Okay, he's like setting everything up here. Like, it looks super old school and generic. But the mechanics of the game were actually pretty intense. And like, it's pretty much 2-hit kill. Like you get hit and you're kind of dead. Okay, I feel like I'm lying because this does not look as good as it did in person. And again, it's 8-bit, so it is what it looks like. And they're just kind of messing around. But when you're watching beginners play, it was like look, tech hits. Like they had all these things would pop on screen like tech hit and all these different things. So you kind of knew down. You were done pretty fast. So that was pretty cool. I feel like Brooks saw a Speedy Split Pro and decided that was the go for the start. That's a very good point. Because, it kind of does. Because it has the rings around it too. Wait a minute. Yeah, because it does have the rings. They're plastic, though. I do wish the rings were metal. But yeah, how much is this now? Did they lower the price? I didn't even see the price. Again, I don't think their English was that good because I didn't even see a price of the booth. to say, hey, you know, pick this up now. These are all EU retailers, okay. Whoa! Wait a minute. The Starburst was $200. And it came with, this is the lanyard I was talking about. It came with the lanyard thing. Wow. And it's PS5, Xbox, and Switch, and PC compatible out the box. 200, I think, is a good deal. I think 200 is a good deal for all. A universal controller works on every console. Whoa. EVO US special offer. They should have had a sign up saying like, hey, you know, $200 right now for EVO. Wow, $100. Is that $100? Yeah, $100 off. Save 33%. I'd rather say $100 off. Wow. Where's the white one at? So how do you order the white one? That's not bad. That's really good because it has the cover, has this, the case, all that stuff. Ordering from outside North America. Anyway, wow, wow. They should have been promoting that. Wow, wow. That's a good deal. Because you know 300 and now. So I wonder if where's it at? Where did I put it? Right there. So 229. I wonder if this is EVO pricing. So I wonder if for like 2 weeks they lower the prices. Is that what's going on here? Huh. Because everything else is standard price. Even this one, how much is, what is this? Get out of the way. The Nova was that's not even the US, doesn't really count. Where's the where are you? ASI, I think that one's back on stock. Okay, that one's back in stock for 150. That's cool. This one right here, the Vitrix. The Vitrix, was that on sale too? Maybe that. No, this wasn't on sale. This was people, like I said, people were picking these up and they were full price. Wow. Maybe at EVO, wait, they were a little bit cheaper at EVO because I got a picture. They were. I wish there was an easier way to share my pictures while I'm streaming. Because I don't want to like share my personal Google Photos or my Outlook photos, you know, all that stuff, right? I don't want to sharing all that or copying links back and forth. Takes forever. I need to figure out some tips and tricks to get that done. I saw the Arc controller too. And was the Arc? I can't see what that says. The pad box. I got to mess with this for a minute. This thing. Wow, it's $182. This is a lot lighter than what you think. I mean, it's 3D printed, right? Let's not play games. It's 3D printed and it feels like it. It didn't feel cheap. It just feels 3D printed, right? This is what it is. But and it's a little bit bulkier than you might think. And I don't mean in a bad way because it's meant to be put in your lap, hold one side. You see what he's doing right there. So it felt comfortable. All things were fine. It's just I got to see it. It was at the same booth as the Maverick. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Speedy, right? 200 I think seems fair. But for anyone who bought at 300, yeah, that part. Yeah, you got it 300 that for the start that's a bit much. 200 I feel is definitely fair. It's definitely fair. And I think it's definitely fair. Remember, Wolf, I would pay 200 for the Xbox support. I stand facts. You know what I mean? And again, Wolf, when you I'm sorry. Speed, did you get sick when you got back from EVO? I feel horrible. For that 200, you could be playing on PC, Switch. I played all the consoles. I tested it on everything, and it works. So I agree that $200 is fantastic for Cerberus. Wow. The only thing I've noticed is after the fact. I wish the Switches were a little bit tighter, like with the way they fit in. But I mean, I take the keycaps off. I don't have any problems. I still use it. I don't have any problems with it. But 200 is fantastic. That's a really good price. I I feel bad for folks that bought for 300, but at the same time, take that as a lesson learned and research the market offerings compared and competing prices. Yeah, and it's also one of those things, right? We've all been there, right? Where you want you want something new, or it's new and you want it, and you end up paying that price, right, for the new thing. Let's just want it. It is what it is. Yeah, facts, facts. Because I think Dose, I want to say he guy's from Japan. I want to say he paid 200. I think he told him he told us on stream. So yeah, so that's definitely good. Evo, everything was on sale. Oh, okay, shrimp. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, facts. Because the Vitrix, I'm looking for the picture. I feel like it was, I feel like that was 30% off too, but I can't find the picture what the price was. And like I said, I met the Glyph folks. So I see a picture of the Glyph. The Glyph folks were really nice. And the Glyph, for those that don't know, was this right here. And we had a really good talk about tariffs. And some of the things they had to work through to get, things kind of going. They were having, because with all this stuff going on, they were having issues with suppliers and make sure they get their equipment the way they, up to their QA standards. It was a really, really good conversation of like, look, things are not what people think it is right now, that all vendors in China and here are all trying to figure out at the same time. And if you get this Glyph, it comes with everything. And then when you want the limited tops, you order those separate. So this is what we'll say it has 30 buttons. I don't remember. It has 30 buttons, but you only need 12. You just order the 12 button top, but you get everything filled in out the box. So that was really nice. The custom firmware, I got to see all that working in motion. The grip tape on the bottom is custom color. The bottom was metal, if I remember right. The metal's case is different colors. So that's cool. What is this? Interesting. That's right. That was like an adapter he's working on. There was something, because I saw the sides could come off. He was like, yeah, they're working on that. Yeah, they were really nice. These guys were really nice. The Glyph guys. So Elite Bundles $3.99 out, $3.99, and then the other tops are $40. Okay, and this is wide. It's bigger than what you think it is. It's wide. It's almost like the Sapphire size. It's big and it fits right in your lap. Yeah, shout out to Glyph. They were really good people. I might reach out to them too and see if I can get one to change. But they really, the way their firmware is set up, they're definitely making this for Smash. Like, I don't know all the Smash games, but the game they had there was like one of those type of games. So if you play that style, this is really who it's for. Obviously, you can change the modes to play Street Fighter Tekken because you can see the layouts. You can do whatever you want. I might reach out anyway. I might just do that. I almost bought some, but I was running out of space in my bag. Shrimp, how much stuff did you buy? I'm really curious. Shrimp probably went home loaded because everything was there. Like if you could think of it, it was probably there. There was a lot of stuff, like in a good way. Like there was so many cool things to find and just see. It was $249 for the Vitrix. Okay, there you go. Okay, it was $249. Nice. Yeah, shout out to Dose. $249. That sounds right. Speed. Not gonna lie, I get some sniffles and headaches for sure. Okay, just class convention mysteries. Facts. Friday I had it bad. My wife and I, we were like, "Do you have the flu? You have COVID?" We couldn't figure out what was going on because I came upstairs and I felt pretty bad. I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I came up and the AC was pumping because it's hot down here in Texas. I went in the room and the AC was so cold. I instantly got goosebumps, which I've been up north so long, I don't get goosebumps anymore. Instantly got goosebumps. My teeth were chattering, which never happens. I was like, since I lived somewhere cold, teeth were chattering. I had my bones were aching. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. So I walked up the room, went back downstairs, and I was like, what is going on? I feel like garbage. I was already like swallowing glass. I still feel like I'm swallowing glass now. I'm like coughing. I was like, what is going on here? So I don't know what I got from EVO, but either there or from work, because I went back to the office. So whatever's going on, yeah, I feel like garbage. But yeah, let me see here. What was the other one that was there? So these were there, the Vitrix. There were so many, the Maverick, I'm talking about Maverick. The Mavericades. So Mavericades, I met them too, really nice. And I actually played on this. And the booth they were at were selling their other models. So I played on this here. And I don't really understand the pricing all the way. Is it 104 for the whole set? Or 104 per side? I'm not sure. But but I definitely saw people picking these up. They had the metal top ones. So it was like a black on black. So it's a black metal and a black aluminum top on there. So I saw the pill, their pill style leverless was there. What else did the Maverick 80 hit? They had a bunch of stuff there. And again, he was sharing the booth, but it was, people were definitely noticing because they had them wrapped brand new on the shelf. People were grabbing them off the shelf. And Speedy, did you make any sales there, Speedy? Were you just there hanging out, or how did you work that? I wondered. Anybody? Because I saw one guy pick up. I happened to be standing there when he came to pick up his Key Warrior, and it was like a yellow and black or white and black. And they're like, "Yeah, I'll be at the event. You know, I'll be at EVO. Just come by and pick it up at the booth." So they paid for it, and he delivered to him in person. And how can I share these pictures? Let me see here. If I share on my phone, let's see if I can share them through here. Because there were some things I never, like there's actually a different version of the Key Warrior there that I'd never, it was someone else made it, but I'd never seen this thing before ever. Here we go. Boom, got it. I'm gonna share these pictures with y'all so y'all can see. Here's the Gold Varmillo. And I'll show y'all one more. Here's my bag. All right, so let me pull these out here and I'll show you what these look like. And again, so when you go, try your best to pack light. Try to pack light. Like you, here is. But Brave has an AI. I didn't know. That's cool. I pressed the wrong button. I got an AI. Look, what do you know? What do you know? There's AI built into this browser. How do I close this? Okay, go away, AI. Oh, Control B gives you the AI. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna leave that there. So here is the gold Vermilla HA10 in person, and this thing, it like the FK2 has a plastic top, metal base. This was metal top and bottom. It felt a lot like the Punk Workshop, but the throw travel was a little bit longer, and it felt really nice. Like you felt like you were getting what you pay for. We talked about the buttons also. So on the top, they had this unused and update reset. Same thing on the Vermilla FK2. And we were letting them know, hey, look, this is kind of confusing because someone else was there when we were talking. You should probably let these go. And again, we were talking to a sales. I got his card. I didn't email him because I want to get a review unit in. These are, this is kind of confused. They're working on that. These rings here, they're actually pop-out rings and pop-out buttons and keycaps. There's a tool you use. It's like 2 pins. You stick it in there, you wedge it, and when you twist, it unlocks and the switch pops out. So they kind of changed the design up too now. So that's kind of cool. You're just okay. So Speedy, you were just competing and chilling. Yeah, I definitely feel that. Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff from the Artist Alley. Yeah, I got some stickers. I gotta pull those out too. And then where's my bag at? So when you're walking through, you can't really tell how big this is, but this bag is full. Like the bag's already heavy. This OGL Renegade bag is already kind of heavy as it is, but I had a water on one side, battery pack on the other side, a controller, my sweater, just so much crap. Like you really don't need all the stuff you think you need. You just don't. You just don't. Well, I mean, you do, but you don't. So share this. Like I was going around getting pictures of people's lap. I'm gonna show you all these. There it is. This guy. And I was trying to get a custom angle, but the guys were they weren't really interviewing, but they were talking to this guy. Let me show you all this. And I couldn't really get a good shot of this controller. This thing, it has an Xbox like D-pad on the bottom, a joystick, another joystick, and the buttons, and a D-brake, and it had a bunch. But it was good. Like it was like, wow, he really crafted this really well. Where's the inside? Here's the insides. You can see all the wiring. It was not GP2040s. I asked him. Maybe it was. I don't think it was. I see the board. It's like a Pico board. It was a Raspberry. He had something. Maybe it had a lot of stuff going on. He really had, like, in a good way. He had everything thought out, working out. It was like, wow. And this is like first thing Friday morning. You know, you walk in, you go by like see, these guys were interviewing him, so I didn't really I want to get better pictures, but I didn't want to interrupt. And they were talking so long, I kind of got tired. I was like, okay, I just got here. Let me go walk around some more, right? Right there. So now you can see the 2 joysticks, the D-pad, and the leverless buttons, and the buttons, and the D-brake. It was a big boy. It's a big case. Soko, shout out to Soko. Happy Sunday, Soko. Hope you're having a good Sunday. We're back from EVO and we're sick. But we're getting through it, right? We're getting through it. Yeah. What did I just see? How did that pass TSA? That's a good point. I don't know how he got through TSA with it, because it was big. It was basically kind of like a suitcase size. Like, it was big. Let's see, what else did I get that was... Oh, this one right here. Did I get the picture? This one was pretty cool. This one was a little different. Where's it at? Where's it? Right here. Save this. Copy link. This one, they just have to be playing, so I stopped by, and I was like, hey, I told him who I was, showed him my business card, and he let me take a picture. And again, everyone's really nice, but it's you know, you feel... Fun fact, outside of... I'm pretty introverted. I really don't talk much. So on here, I talk a ton. So approach people, you know, you don't want to be rude and all that type of stuff, right? So he was really nice. Yeah, go for it. But I don't know what this supposed to be, a dog or a horse. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But the split layout was really cool. The buttons are cool. It's like a homemade box. And this was a suitcase. There it goes. It was a suitcase upside down. That's what it was. You flip the suitcase over and there was his controller. Let me try to zoom out so y'all can see that better. Right there. There you go. Look at that. That's crazy, right? He's a big boy. It's an understatement. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. This one here. The Maverick Kailh was there. Zoom out. So here was that. Okay, boom. So you're at the booth. They had little like things and stuff like that. And they had this. And I was telling Maverick Kailh, they need to make a sign. Even if it's a cheap sign. Just something decent where, you know, with his pill style layout, you know, to kind of own that layout more. Because more vendors are going to start using the pill style. That way, you know, like, okay, this is a Maverick Kailh design. And again, I don't know who made it first, but he's the one I think of when I think of pill style. So that way, you know, he kind of gets his credit for the hard work he put in. Where's my other phone so I can show the other pictures? Because this booth he was at had a lot of stuff. This is where all the vendors out there. They were all kind of posted up there. And that was really cool. Here's what the auditorium looks like. I'll show these to you. In the video, where's the SGF video where he's making the controller? So I want to show you. He showed me the making process for the controllers. It was a lot. Like, can you press this picture here? This one here. So here's what. Again, when you kind of walk into the auditorium, like the finals room, it looks something like this, because you come in from the side, and it's so loud in there that you're not interrupting anything. Like you walk in, people are kind of doing their thing. You are not interrupting. And this is a small side. Like, it's when you look towards the back, it's even bigger. Like, it looks small in that picture, but it was big. Where is? Because I want to show you how he was making the buttons. Right here, boom, found it. Oh, it's too big. The file's too big. But yeah, I saw them making the buttons for the SGF controllers and all that stuff. Really impressive, really impressive. And let's see if this one will show, because I want y'all to see how thin these Impress Nanos are. Like, it's shockingly thin. I'll show you a picture. I know they can't put Kailhs in there because it's way too thin. But if they could put Kailhs in there, the V2s, that would be slick. So here you go. Look how thin that is. It's thick as the head of the cord. So I get why the price is what it is, because it's all metal. So it's aluminum, and the board is up top. They can swap those out and change it, and then that's what it looks like. So that's why it has the butterfly switches, because it's so thin. Do you like the switches? That's kind of up to you, but that's what you're kind of paying for, right? So it's like, wow. The SCF buttons are really nice. It's hard to be customized with nylon or facts. I watched him make them, and it was really impressive. Like, wow, and the texture didn't feel sticky. It didn't feel like, it felt like you were getting what you pay for, and they're all made by hand. So it's like, wow. Where is... And, oh, here we go. In the museum, they had all types of stuff. They had the Vermillo in there. They really did a good job at the museums showing off, just all, and again, they were loaners, right? People were bringing the controls to get loaned out to show in the museum, but they had tons of different stuff. And I'll show this in 1 second. Where's the picture? There we go. Got it. So I saw this one there, and this is bigger than what it looks like. It's a very interesting look at this. It's bigger than what it looks like, this thing. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, I don't know, but it was definitely like, oh, okay, this is different. I like the black HA10. I like the gold one best, but this black one's fire. That one's really nice. And it's that metal. It's really surprising. Wow, this thing is metal. It feels really nice. Oh, here we go. Here's what they were doing. If you walked past Vitrix, they were doing like this. They were laser engrave whatever design you wanted onto the controller. Because the metal top. It was like, wow, okay. I have the pre-terror version Rev on my Mavericade LE case, and they look lovely. Nice. Behold the iPhone with controllers. Facts. It was really thin. Like, you're like, wow. It may be equality, but did you sell your bare mobile Miro to buy it? That's the part. I think they were $200. Let's see, how much is an Impress now? Impress. Yeah, 200. But is it? So this is the Brook board. So they take the board and swap it out. Sounds really cool. Does it come PS5 ready? And like I said, whatever color you want, they had right there. Oh, well, you can do all your keys. Okay, that's nice. You can redo all you want there. Is it PS5 compatible? Okay, well, there you go. Wait. So $200 and it's PS5 compatible out the box. Wait. Base model is PS3 PC. Brook upgrade PS5. Oh, you have to pay $110 for their board upgrade because it's a custom shape. So this is $175. So this is $285. $285. That's a bit. I would tell you get the Brooks. The Starburst. I would tell you buy that set. I really would. Because $200, I would take it the Starburst. Yeah, I would take it Starburst because that's a lot. Yeah, I think that might be a lot. And there's nothing wrong with it. It works just fine. It plays just fine, but $200 is a lot. Yeah, wow. I didn't think about that one. That's a lot. $295, so $285. Yeah. It does feel premium. And if you need, and what's nice is it does last, so you can swap it up, but yeah, I'll move on. I'll move on for that one. That's a bit much. Basically 300. Basically 300. Let's see. Oh, Cherry MX Ultra Low. That's not balanced. It's probably the hitbox layout too, since they're licensed through hitbox. Oh, that's right there with they're licensed through hitbox. Okay. So that's why their booth was so big, because it was so weird. Well, I guess it's not weird. Their booth was definitely bigger than the hitbox booth. That's for sure. So that's interesting. That's really interesting. Wow, I didn't think about it like that. Who else did I get? But it does, again, in person, it does look really nice. You're like, oh, wow. And they had the Brook Starburst in the museum. They had the swirl in the museum. Oh, here's where I found the picture. Boom. Was this the one? No, I think I have a picture of them like doing the machine to make the Victrix, the laser engraving. Did I get it? I did not get it. And they had tons of like discount things for accessories and stuff like that. Hopefully this still works. I'll post this picture and you guys can take this QR code or just take a screenshot of this QR code and see if this still works. I should have posted this when I got back. That one there. You saw the left mid-post? I didn't see that. Well, at least they don't use fax in. At least they're not using the chalk V1s. I would be a little frustrated. I'm about done with V1 switches at this point. Like I've had enough of that nonsense. I respect myself. I respect myself. I do not want to deal with chalk V1 switches on leverless. On a keyboard, they're fine. On a leverless, no thank you. No thank you. It was a bit much. No thank you. Did I get the... Where's that Vermilla picture? Oh, I didn't take. I thought I took a picture of the Vermilla sign where they were like, everything is sold out. Because I was really, I was surprised. It's like, wow, they really cleaned up. Right there, boom. I did get it. It was Arcade Shock. That's who was selling it. Arcade Shock was selling it. Yeah, you came by the second day and they were like, look, sold out. Sold out, sold out, sold out. The Vermillos were killing it. I was like, wow. Those circle stickers, those are all sold out. I can't talk. Those are all sold out stickers. This thing. I'm going to show you all this too, because there was another, it looks like the Maverick Cape, but something different. Oh, I didn't get the laser engraver. I thought I did. I found it. Here's a T picture too. So again, when you go by Invincible, you saw the T's. And see if I can post this video of this. Hopefully this saves. Because I can show you guys how you take the keycaps off the HA10. This guy. 1, 2, 3, boom. Oh, and this was here. The Tesseract was there. Boom. Okay, let me show you all this. Here we go. Bunch of pictures. So those are all gone. I actually got to play on the Tesseract. I played with that. So this pad here, I've seen this, and I played with this. It's all metal too. This is kind of cool. Concave keycaps, but that was pretty cool. Their team was really nice. And they had crowns. Like, do you want a crown? I was like, well, no. They were big. I just didn't want to carry it around, to be honest. But they had them there. That was really cool. And they were giving away, I forgot what they were giving away. I saw this there. So they had these there, and then underneath they had these like Lego looking controllers that they had there at their booth too. That was kind of interesting. This one, here it is right here. So here is the one that was kind of like a Maverick, but this thing was gigantic. It's like a tray that you put on your lap, and the controllers kind of like, they sit like this. So imagine this on your lap with a controller on each side. Yeah, that one was interesting. I have gripes with the swirl, but it's solid and fun to look. Yeah, I'm curious about the swirl. Yeah, because I played with it. I played Mario Kart with it. I didn't, obviously you don't get an hour to play, so I'm kind of messing around with it. But I did a full driving around Mario Kart 8 or whatever the new one is called. I didn't know how to do a race, so I was just kind of rolling around. I did like some time trial thing and did all that, but it, you know, I can tell it's like any controller new. You got to take a second to get used to it, but I don't know what it's like to own it. I don't think you can really get all you want out of it at the demo booth. Facts. The beauty is the fact you can custom button map profiles per game. So every layout or even the default may not be for you. Oh, I see. Just with JFA, I handled the QA and shipping them far better. Arcade Shocker Repito, after all, I've gotten quite a bit from them. Yeah, I could tell. And I could tell by the way the booth was run. The booth was really big. Everyone, you know, some vendors you could tell are respected in the space. You can tell everyone was really not only just wanting to talk to, because it wasn't like you were talking to like the creators. You're dealing with salespeople, but they were just engaged with the audience. The booth was really big. No one complained about waiting in line, because the line was there but wasn't long, and everyone seemed like happy with their purchase when they were walking away. If that makes sense. It's kind of a weird statement, right? And then the guy that I played, here's his Zen Pro. That was really cool. I was like, oh, so like it says, I'm walking through, I see the Invincible. It's right there. You can walk past people playing. So I see this guy here with it right next to it. This is the Haute42 E16. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And the box is like right here next to him. So when their match ended, or I don't know how, I think the lady there's people working there. And I asked whoever, and they're like, oh no, this is part of the booth. So right there, you're looking around, you're like, wait, they have T13s? You're like, who's selling T13s at this event? Nope, they ordered these, brought them in, and this was their controllers for their booth, unless you wanted a joystick or you wanted a stick. And I was like, wow, that was really cool to see how the market is growing and evolving, right? And then when you're there, this yellow cat water bottle, that's the free bottle you get when you sign up for EVO. So they're going to give you a water bottle, and it's not big, it's not small, it's just a water bottle. And you'll use that. Like I said, don't carry water. Just take that, fill it up, and save your back some headache. Just use that to get water. And here's the other side of that big controller. And there's all those 3D printed ones. They felt okay. They felt kind of like toys. They were more like models, but they were really cool to kind of like see. And it appears to me they work, but I wouldn't truly play on the yellow and orange looking ones. But this black one was really cool. Like how it was big. It would make a good lunchbox to get some sandwiches and everything. Yeah, facts. Mario Kart World, that's probably what it's called. Yeah, the one on Switch 2. That's one I played. They had a Switch 2 there, and you're kind of playing it. And I played the swirl with it. And it was actually kind of cool. It was really cool to play the swirl. The brand of leverless coat was I should know. I don't know. Because, and that's the thing. That's what I told Maverick he needs to put a sign up. The booth for this one was at this big one. It was a collection of different controllers, and they all were kind of like this guy was. And see those little mini ones? He was actually selling these two little keychain controllers. Those actually work. The blue and red ones in the background, they actually work. They're tiny. So since all this stuff was in his booth, they all were kind of in there. So the R doc had a sign, but like I was telling, excuse me, I was telling the Maverick team, I was like, hey, you should probably get a sign so that when you do this again, you know, people know it's you. The pill style layout is you. You know, kind of get your branding out there. David Brave. That's a good name. Happy Sunday, David Brave. Now that's a strong name. I am David Brave. Hey, Doc, I want to ask if it's legal to have two up buttons, for example. Okay. One D-pad up, one analog up. I receive conflicting articles. Some say it's legal, some say it's not. How do you set up your levelist buttons? Is it per game basis? So for me, and again, I'm sorry, losing my voice. What I tend to do is, for most games, I have a Street Fighter profile and I have a Tekken profile. Those two games I play the most. I mean, I play Tekken more than anything else, but that's kind of how I do it. So for me, and this pad's in front of me, right? And I know this is reverse. Let me grab, I have another pad. It's this pad here. This has an up on the bottom and an up on the top. From what I noticed at most events, no one was really asking questions about your buttons. So now I think about it, that kind of, I don't know if that makes me uncomfortable or not, but they really weren't asking any questions. So the way I play, I don't use this up button. I'll usually make this L3, R3. That's just me. And I don't, when I'm playing like this, I don't ever use this one either. I know if you play Kazuya, you can kind of like do different wave dash. There's all types of stuff you can do. If anything, I do 14 buttons where I ignore these two. And for Street Fighter, when I remember, I map this one to this one, this one to this one. So if I'm playing like this, I can kind of just like hit this one right here for this button. I mean, either way. And then for this button, I can't hit this if I want to. Do I do it? No. But I map it that way just because. The pinky also, I'll kind of map that to one of these two. But when you start seeing what people are using, I think people are overthinking their controller. Don't stress. Just show up, show out, and have fun. Win. And don't forget when you're playing your opponent, butter them up with kindness. That way you can beat them up with brutality. You know, each round, pretend like, you know, you just do what you got to do to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you need to do to win. Because they're definitely going to try to beat you. Yeah, but when you're there, it's a very interesting vibe where I don't, and again, if you go to a tournament, I would ask every tournament, see what they say. Here's another pushback I would give. If they say you can't have two up buttons, right? Here's the pushback I would give. I'll show you. Give me 1 second. Okay, boom. Okay. So if they say you can only have one up button, if you showed up with a controller, you have a D-pad and a left stick. Technically, you can press both to move around. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So with that theory, two ups, two downs, two lefts, two rights. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because in theory, they would say, okay, you got to disable this left. You got to disable one of these two for this game. So I don't know, excuse me, how they work that out. Because when you're getting ready to play, the people that run your pool area, I'm not going to call them flunkies. I'm not going to say that. That's me. They are people that are just here to help, right? They are taking time out of their day to look at start.gg, keep track of what's going on, and then share the results, if you want to call it that, right? And when you look at it from that perspective, that'll take a lot of your stress away. Where like, I don't see them giving you a hard time unless you make it one. If you show up with a bad attitude or you're kind of like wilding out, then I could assume them digging deeper into what is going on here. Or if the person you're playing is like, hey, this guy is cheating, you know, obviously you're gonna catch some flack. You know what I'm saying? But just definitely don't take my advice, because every tournament is different. See what's going on in your in the tournament you're signing up for, double check their rules on all those different things, and then go from there. That way, you don't run into any headaches. Why is my view not changing? You don't run into any headaches with you don't get disqualified for something stupid, right? Because let's be honest, like, we're here to win, so that way you don't get yourself in any trouble. And I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to pull a picture. I want to show my stats and my matchup. I thought I took a screenshot of all my matchups, but I did not. Did I? I did. It's right here. Boom. Let me share this out. Because when I played, I was super proud of myself that I even made it 2x2. Like, I never would have guessed. Because, I mean, we all know you're going to big events. You know, go in expecting to beat no one, and then you won't be stressed. Because you go in thinking, I got to win this match. I got to win the next one. You're not going to perform because you're going to be stressed out. Go in thinking, I'm not going to win any of these matches. I'm just going to come in here and do what I got to do and just keep it under the radar. You know. So I got 769 out of 2550. That's pretty good in my opinion. 2 for 2, and I almost went 3. I almost went 3 for 3. I was so mad. I almost went 3 for 3. Here is my bracket breakout. And again, the guy that won our pool, he went on to play the next day, and I think he won a couple rounds the next day too. He was pretty good. He beat me with Steve. I could not figure out. I played another guy that played Steve, like just in the free matches. So when you're done, you can kind of play anybody you want. And also, when you're playing an EVO and all these different things, excuse me, your matches are going to be faster than you think they are. The time you actually playing is 5 to 20 minutes. Like, it's fast. So your whole trip of EVO, the time you actually play is so fast. So I'm saying, like, spend the $10 and play other game tournaments too. Like, play City Wolves tournament, play any game you could think of. Just try it because you're already there. It's only $10 to try another game. And the time you're going to play is going to be so fast. You're going to be shocked. I think it depends on the game and the local rules. Facts. Yep. Can always contact TOs to facts. Yep. Send facts. That does make sense. I guess even for most, too, it's not really practical to check individual. And that's the other thing, right? Where, you know, I'm really thinking out loud is like, someone could be doing something scammy next to you, and you have to be the one to call it out. So I would say, kind of review their controller, I guess, before you fight them, and they may give you a clue. Because I didn't experience that, but I can really imagine someone just, you know, being a jerk, let's be honest, right? And trying to show up and really like take advantage. And here's my pools. First, I played Spectral Vision, and I won that one. I won 2-0. That's right, I won 2-0. Yes, so Spectral went on. Who did he win after he played me? Spectral went on, and he fought. Oh, this is the winner's bracket. I don't have the loser's bracket. I have to look see who he fought. He went on, and then I do Youngster. He beat 2 people, and I beat him because he was in the loser's bracket. He came up to play me. So when he came up to winners, I beat him. I think I put him out after that because I beat him 2-1 with his Anna. He beat me one set with his Anna, but I beat him 2 sets with his Anna. And then this guy, Angelin Famous. And what's so weird is he was good enough where Angelin Famous. He did not have a YouTube or anything that I know of. Did I spell it right? And that's backwards. Angelin Famous, no. He needs to have a Twitch because he played. He's using Steve, so I couldn't really figure out how to get past Steve because, like I said, after I played him, I went and just kind of played in the other, just people playing. So I went and played those. I played one Steve guy. He beat me 11 times in a row, maybe 18 times in a row. The counter wasn't in place yet, so I don't know. But I kept playing because I wanted to learn how to play Steve, but I just had no clue what he was doing. Like, you know, Steve is really challenging for me right now. But this guy, he ended up winning and going on. And then RTDC. Wait, was it RTD? Maybe it was RTDC I lost to. Who won our bracket? It was Angel and Famous. Angel and Famous went on. Yeah, that's who it was. So I lost to RTDC. That was the second person I lost to. So I won Spectral. I lost to Angel and Famous. And then I beat Do Youngster. And then I lost to RTDC at the last. That's when I pressed the Rage by accident. I was like, oh, I'm out. I mean, I got beat. But that was really good. Picked up 2 sets of hot blocks for 626. Oh, nice. Praise AliExpress coins. So Sin, I don't know if you've installed them yet. I have them right here. And I've been working on this video. I just haven't put it out yet. So those that are curious about the hot blocks, here's where my mind is right now on these. Okay, Sin has tons of experience. So this is excluding Sin, right? If you do not have a ton of experience with these types of things, I'm halfway saying don't get them. And here's the catch. I can't see. Where's my camera so I can see? Okay. There is a little, see there's like a little rib right there? So obviously we all know there's a nub on the bottom, flat on the top. All right. Here's the catch. This little ring nub, when you're trying to if I took this off of here, if I took this off here and I want to put this in, because it's rubber, it doesn't just wedge in. You almost have to take an ink pen and push it in and kind of work it in a circle to make the hole fall through. You're trying to make it fall all the way to the hole. So it's here, and you're trying to work it down, make the rim snap in. So when you do this, you're kind of pushing on the board. It made me a little uncomfortable. And then once it's in there, it's in there. But if you do it wrong, you'll know. You flip the controller. I'll do it right now. You flip the controller over. I was making the video. I just got busy. I haven't put it out, but I'm not sure how I feel about these yet. Like I said, Sen is this exclusive thing. He knows what he's doing. All right. So I get this off. Where'd the block go? Right here. Oh, I take the switch off. Got it. All right. So that's out, right? So now, see the hole in there? This, when you put it in, you think you just push down like this. But look, it bounces up because it's rubber. Just bounces right out. Falls right out. So when you do this, what you have to do is, where's my ink pen? You need an ink pen. And you're going to put this down like this. And you kind of have to wedge in a circle. But even, see, it gets stuck. It'll get stuck in your pen. But you're trying to force it down in there. And it doesn't always stay. So see how that doesn't, it keeps coming back out. So what you really need is not a knife, but if I use this switch puller, if I use this, right, and just push down, it comes back out because everything gets stuck in there. So they do what they're supposed to. Once you get it in there, you'll take the keycap and put it on and make sure if you have an O-ring, you have to take the O-rings off. So mine there's no O-ring. Okay, good. So once you get it, it does sit perfectly flush, right? It will sit perfectly flush. The problem is trying to get this thing in here for people that are not technically savvy or don't have the experience or if you're just a brute and you mash stuff. What my fear is recommending this to someone and they break their board. And I know what you're thinking. Why would someone break their board? No one's going to push that hard and blah, 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 blah. You'd be surprised the comments I get and what people do. I put furniture together that is not very complicated, like IKEA. I always thought this was easy. You name the place you get your furniture. People will put screws in the wrong place. You ever put furniture together, have pieces left over? I don't, but some people do. So you look at it from that perspective. Telling someone to take this off, take this thing here, and see, even now I'm trying to wedge it. And the whole point is you're trying to get it to snap in. So you're kind of going one, go to each corner and push down. Get in there. There it goes. I already click. And now you'll know it's in there. It's not all the way in. One side clicked, but the other side didn't click. Right. Snap in there. I think it's in there now. I think it's in there. So now I can take this keycap, put this here, and now the keycap is flush. So David Brave, I love that name, David Brave. When you were asking, you know, what's illegal, what isn't, say your tournament said only one up button, technically you could just take this, and I do this anyway. Like if you see my older reviews, you'll notice on this side, this button here, because my thumb is always sitting right here, I always take the cap off, take the switch out, and I tape down the keycap. I get so many comments saying, hey, why is your keycap sideways? Because I just double-sided tape underneath. That way I don't lose it. But you could just tape over. You just tape. Instead of using tape now, you can use these hot blocks. And once you get everything set up right, it just kind of sits in here nice and flush. Does that show up? It does. See how flush that is? So you can see all these are sticking up and this one's flat. Hold that. Where's the angle? That's a good angle right there. Boom. So, you know, we're saying like, what's the purpose? That's what they're for, right? But the caveat to it though is getting the plug in there, you know, you got to be careful. And now I know I'm gonna tell someone to use like a tool head. I hate to tell someone to grab a screwdriver stick. This really need a screwdriver. Take a screwdriver, just wedge it in there. And then the other part is, if you have when I first did this, I did it on a 3D printed pad to test everything out. With the 3D printed pads, they creak. Like this is plastic. This is fine. But if you have like a flat box, like the original flat box from 2023, when you go to start wedging this thing in there, that thing was creaking like nobody's business. It was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm about to break this thing. You know, so they serve their purpose, but you just gotta know what you're doing. I'd say it's more optimal for PCB style LP chalk arcade buttons where you have easier access panels and see folks get into their, yeah, facts. It's like having a button plug. Yep. That's it, a button plug. A button plug by removing the switch E16 and putting the button cap on top of it. Use cases niche, not exactly beginning. Facts. Yeah, facts. But I'm also, yeah, Sin got this, yeah. Use it to pop out of my buttons. I can just screwdriver the facts. And that's where, like I said, the video I was working on, I'm trying to get the language right because I don't want to say, I'm telling people not to buy it, but not for what people think. There's nothing, look, it works. It's not falling out. Like it does what it's supposed to do. But if you've never done something like this before, I'm talking to the people that have no clue what they're doing, which is the majority. Majority of people just bought their first controller and they're scared to break it. And the reason I know, I get so many people asking me, well, how long does the USB-C port last? I'm like, well, how long is your how long does it last on your controller? I don't know. If you play fighting games, I've gone through so many D-pads that I don't even consider these PlayStation controllers or Xbox controllers worth anything. Like they don't last long. If I play Lei Wulong on Tekken 7 and I have to use my D-pad, these things are trash. They break within like 2 months. They're already broken, and they're $70, right? So anyway, with all that said, that's what they do. And then get it back off. You just take your keycap, it comes right there, and it snaps right out. So it's super easy to get in, get out. I mean, it's super easy to get out, but getting it in is a little bit of a headache. I might just go and release that video. I'm almost done with it. It's already done. It's got to like finish the editing. I couldn't figure out how to tell the story, but I mean it is what it is, really. Yeah, it kind of is what it is. I knew what the pros and cons of the blocks, would be. I had use case in mind already. Facts. Folks that are unsure might panic or might unsure how to remove, and that's the thing, right? And I have to be careful where when I say something, I have to watch how I say it, because when I get comments, people interpret things I didn't realize the way they was being received, or I just don't want anyone to have a bad experience with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Duffy, shout out to Duffy 5000. Happy Sunday, Duffy. Can you grab the M16 for me and glide your fingers across? Yeah, no problem. M16. That's a little. Can you grab a controller and just glide your fingers across for me? Real nice, like. Bruh. All right, so here is the M. This is a regular M, as I think we're talking about, but the M. But mine has ghost switches in it, and mine has O-rings. Oh my God. Ghost switches and O-rings, and I took my quarters downstairs. They're about 2 quarters at the top. So if you want to slide on these, your fingers will run into the edges. They just will, right? And again, I have O-rings on mine. This one is pretty much stock. So you can see I'm kind of like clambering into these a little bit, right? So if you are a slide player, my advice is the Tikitaka Panda V1. V1 switches. They're black and white. Those switches have a softer force. So when you slide, the switch will give before like, so these wind engines are like 40, I think they're 40 force, 43 force, 43, something like that. So when you get, like when I'm sliding, it's not falling yet. It's trying to fall and then it falls. The other ones, they're like 30. I want to say that the Tikitaka Panda V1s are 30. So when you come across it, it already falls before you get there and they'll let you slide better. If sliding is what you want, you know, fun fact, I gotta show you guys the website too. Let me show you all this. And this is something I gotta add this to the website. So if you go to docjones694.com, I know there's no pictures. That's because I loaded all the controllers into the system. And the goal of the system is, if you like a particular type of controller, what else is similar? So for example, you like a Haute42 E16. There's a dual pad A14, the Matrix, don't get the Matrix, the A16, the M, the V, all these fall into the Haute42 E16 family. If you like the Haute42 E16S, there are 25 different models that feel similar to that pad. You're right, and that's the goal with this, to kind of help you figure out. What I need to do, to your point, is I need to add sliding over here because I have rings. Where's rings at? Rings is right here. Boom. If you like rings, there's the Kailh keys, the Fightbox, the Tikitaka, the Zen. You know what I'm saying? The R. All those things are there. I need to add sliding because when it comes to sliding, there is the Vermillo FK2. It's fantastic for sliding. That might be, it might still be my sliding champ. That one's really, where are you at, Vermillo FK2? So many pictures, so many pictures, so many pictures, so many, right there. This pad is fantastic for sliding if that's what you like. The switches are not Kailh's. These are induction switches, but that's fun. The Tikitaka S15. Fantastic for sliding. Where are you? That's TikTok. But the Tikitaka S15, it's a split layout pad. Oh, I didn't put an A. Right here, boom. This pad is fantastic for sliding and uses Kailh V1 and V2 switches. And there was one more. I forgot the other one that was really good for sliding. But yeah, let me check the chat. Can you grab the 16? Yes, yes, yes. I want to see if you can SPD without friction on Zangief. Which one would be the best for glide? You like, okay, so you like Haute42, but you want to glide. Okay, so if that's the case, you're probably going to want, I can't even talk. If your goal is to slide, what pad would I tell you to get if you're a slider and you have a Haute42? You probably want maybe the R16 with ghost switch. Oops, 42. So my R16. Here's my R16. No, I put O-rings, so mine caps a little bit taller. But it does have the rings. You would have to put the Tikitaka Panda V1s, and those switches look like this. Tikitaka Panda V1 switches. I can't spell. Merlin said Tikitaka. Tic-tac. Tikitaka facts. The Panda V1s, not Picnos, Kasumi's, Panda V2s, Panda V1s right here. These switches here, I think they're like a 30 force. They're 35s. Where's open image and new tab? Yeah, where's my daughter? She's on TikTok. I should be, oh, I can't. TikToks get on my nerves. I went live with them and it worked. And now, for some reason, I'm suspended for 3 days. I think because I don't post regular videos on TikTok. Like, I don't just like, I don't know. Social media is annoying. Like, they want you to be a real person so bad. It's like, I am real, but why do I have to live here? Like, I have stuff to do. So here, these. They're 30, so I thought they're 34s. So these, on any pad, they actually feel snappy too. So they're snappy, but since they're softer, they're going to allow you to slide. But when I say that, take that with a little bit of understanding that it's not what you're expecting. Like you can't, I feel like I know what you want to do. You just want to kind of take your finger, like slide in a circle. I don't know if any of these pads can do that. The ones that will, like I said, are the Tikitaka. This S15 will do it for sure. This one, if you put those switches on this pad, you can slide for sure. And it was what's the reason I'm telling you this is. Where's that? Okay. So what you don't know is on this pad, the rings are attached to the switch. So what that means is the switch sits lower to the ring. Whereas on something like an R16, or any, and I say R16, it could be a Zen, even the dual pad Zen. On all these pads, the switch, they all kind of sit the same. The switch, where'd it go? 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 Why, how come I can't get the AliExpress? Oh, right there, boom. Even the Zen, when you're looking at this, the way all of these are designed, the ring is roughly 2/4. The keycap sticks up roughly another 2/4. And that's just kind of how they all work when they're Kailhs. Whereas the Varmillo, it's almost flush with the case. The Tikitaka S15 is almost flush with the ring. So I know I'm kind of giving you too much information, but I had to make sure I set the expectation that you're trying to slide on any ringed pad that's like even Kailh keys. If you want to, oh my God, it's right here. I mean, this one actually does slide really good. Yeah. Yeah. I guess if you're looking at Haute42, I guess the R16, these are the Tikitaka Panda V2s. These are short travel switches. I like the Kailh Sacres and Shadow Hunting better, but this pad here, I had a defect, so they sent me another one. So that's why it's in front of me. But surprisingly, if I don't push hard, if I just kind of like glide slide, it does slide. Well, I didn't know that. Look at that. So, and I guess since I don't use O-rings on my short travel switches, you can slide. So if you get an R6, if you have a Haute42 or you want this brand, I guess get an R16. Just get an R16. Okay, you know what? What about the M? The M. And again, I have O-rings, so they're taller. If you don't mash and slide, I guess you can do it. If you mash, you can't do it on most pads, you can't do this. But if you just like glide slide, something like that, it is working. It is, I wouldn't, yeah, I'm just setting expectation. Don't expect to be like fantastic like that, if that makes any sense. Which is best for glide over to? I have a G6. G16 is not good. The G16, those switches are tall. So yeah, if you have a G16 now, those are super tall and you cannot glide with that at all. Buds, you have their mad high, facts. Can I buy M16 and install a Tikitaka switch? Yes, you can, because they're Kailh V2 switches. So any Kailh V2 switch will work. And I can drop a link for you in the chat. Give me a second. That one would be perfect. I use the buttons that's next to my up button, so I can't use the R series. You use the button next to your up button, so you can't use the R. Because here's an M. Like the layouts are the same. They just add a pink. Oh, you use this one. You use this button. I see what you're saying. I understand. Gotcha. Okay. So the R is out. Well, if you, so the U, they have the U also. Give me a second. I'll show you a U. So here's the U, and the U, like I said, I saw this at EVO. I saw someone take it out the box at EVO. This is very similar to an R, right? The major difference is, like you have a G now, so your G and the S are very similar, right? They're basically the same family. The R is like a slightly wider S, like barely wider S, okay? It's in the R is in the C and the S family. The U is in the T family. These are wider. Like these are noticeably wider. Because the M, just like the M, if you look at the M, like it's not something with the M Ultra. Because if you're coming from a G, you would want the, you probably want a C16 to be honest. If you're coming from the G, because the spacing will feel more familiar. The height is going to feel better no matter what. But we're talking about layout spacing. The T, the M plus, the U, the V are all wide. They're all okay. I know how to tell you. Here's how to explain it to you. On your G, the bottom keycap is like kind of big. Imagine across the whole pad and wider. That's what's going to feel like if you have a T, an M plus, a T, a U, a V. Those 5 are in the same T family. They're large keycaps across the whole body and wide spacing. For you coming from a G, I would not be surprised you want the S feel, right? Which is small keycaps across the body and one large on the bottom. You'll be looking at, but you want rings, right? So the R, but I know you said use that one. I mean, you could, no, you can't slide with a C. The C you can. Anyway, so given what you're looking for, if you don't, just understand it's going to be wider, the U would be your next best bet. And I don't know how easy it is to slide on the U, because again, I have O-rings, so mine are sit taller. But it is going to be wider, so you will have to kind of like swipe further away, if that makes any sense. Hey, Google, set the AC upstairs to 75.
To 75.
So if you're in the States and you're on Amazon, given what you're trying to do, you probably want a Zen or you want a Kailh keys for what you're trying to do. So here's the Zen. The Zen right now, boom, is $60. Like it'll be there in 2 weeks. You get the clear for like artwork on top and bottom. Comes with upgraded switches out the box, or the black on black. You will want to put artwork on the bottom though, because this thing is blazing bright. You think aliens just arrived in your house, but the Zen's fantastic. Again, I saw them at EVO. I played. The person next to me was playing with this pad, right? So yeah, you can't go wrong with the Zen. If you're in the States, you need it like tomorrow. Kailh keys GK16. I would tell you get a Kailh keys for what you're trying to do. I would tell you get a Kailh keys. Kailh keys, look at it, boom, fantastic. And I'm not even logged in, so it's $55. So I have the black tops to clear bottoms, but they also have the white if you want to put artwork on top and bottom. So they have this model as well. If you can though, I would tell you to get this guy. Oh, it's on sale. If you log in, it might be, because this one in May, this was $89 in May. And this is the metal version. That's what you're seeing right here. This is the metal Kailh keys. And this is basically very similar to a Haute42 R. And the Zen is very similar to this, but the Zen has a split layout. It's more ergonomic. So, you know, that's why I'm like mentioning those three. The R, the Zen by DualPad, and the Kailh keys GFGK16 or the 21, right? These are all very similar. The U on the floor is the widest. The R is the next widest. The Kailh keys is the next tightest. And then the Zen is the tightest for spacing. So what I'm saying is from like, I can't hold this and talk. From finger spacing to tightest to widest, it's Zen, Kailh keys, R16, U16, and that's like the 4 I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, so I hope that makes sense. Check here. When ordering new hitboxes or parts from AliExpress, hold off until November, as they have massive discounts around the 11th. Oh wow, that's good. Wait, but only problem with that Midnight Blue Wolf is like September, October, November. It's 3 months. It's like hold off for 90 days. Don't buy anything. But I agree though. Catch everything in November. You'll catch a ton of sale. That's a good idea. You should catch a bunch of stuff on sale. Do you think the M16 is worth now the M16 Lite exists? Yes, I do. They are different products, and I'll show you. Here's M16 Lite. I have too much stuff on my desk. Moves out the way. It's out the way. Okay, so here, let me check my camera so I can see what I'm showing here. Boom. All right. So the M16. Did I put the M Lite on the website? I don't even know. Dang it. I gotta check that. So the easiest way to explain what you're looking at is with Haute42 is the easiest. They have so many models. It's really easy to explain what they're doing. There are basically 3 families of Haute42, and all of it has to do with keycaps and spacing. All right, small keycaps across the whole body, one large on the bottom. The same large keycap across the whole body and wider spacing. S family, T family, and this is flipped over as the E, but the C family is basically an S plus, meaning these are the same small keycaps. Excuse me, same large button on the bottom. Only reason these are barely wider is because there's new light rings. I mean, it's flat. It's a flat controller, but they added these like bright lights around, right? So to make these lights fit, they had to add just a little bit of space. So with that said, right, asking about the M Lite to the M, you're asking like a different question, because basically if you like the M Ultra or the S, but you want it compact and metal, you would get the M Lite. If you like the T or the M Plus, but you want it compact and metal, you would get the M. And when I put them back to back, like it's noticeably different. It's noticeably different. This is a compact premium version of the M Ultra, a premium version of the S. This is a compact premium version of the M Plus, a compact premium version of the T. And so this has more features because it's new. It has the rim lights and the button lights, one power plug, one pass-through port. This just has the button lights, one power port, one pass. So the tops are the same, pass-through power same. Only difference is this has 2 lights, this has 1. But they serve a different purpose because you see the size. For me, I play Tekken, I would play on this. When I play Street Fighter, I play on this because this is tighter for me for Street Fighter. This is wider for me to give me space for Tekken. That's how I would say it. So I hope that makes sense. U16 is a great pad. U16 is a great pad, and with the base, the built-in artwork, the artwork in the box, the tool, like you can grab a U and kind of just hit the ground running and start playing. And you know, coming from the G, you're basically coming from an S spacing wise, right? Keycap spacing wise. So that's where I kind of warn you, where when you come from trying to slide on this to sliding on this, it may be the same. I don't really slide, so I don't know how to explain it, but you will notice you do have to go a little further because you're getting a controller with bigger circles and wider spacing with, you know, so with the U and all that stuff. Yeah. Yep. So I hope that makes sense now. Duffy. Put this over here. Let me check the chat. Give me a second. Light. Here. Metal Levelers are next level out of this world because they're great. Facts. Code is on it, and that's where Code is so funny. Code just got a P. Code got a P12 Pro, and I thought for sure Code was going to get the M Lite next, because for him, the S, the P Pro, and the M Lite are all compact frame, just different materials, right? The S is your acrylic with artwork top and bottom. Your P is plastic, just kind of grab it and play. And then the Lite is your premium grab and play. So when I heard you got the X, I'm like, oh wow, that's like a big jump, because it's gonna feel the same. You're gonna feel this button is a little bit lower, this button here, because the way the modules are laid out. And then you're gonna have an ergonomics. It's gonna be split here, and this will be moved over here. But the general spacing will feel about the same for the buttons in these top here. Just these two will feel further away. But yeah. Do you think the M16? I answered that yes. I have been thinking about the Kailh Keys 21. I love that controller, but I like the metal, the M Ultra. Yeah, I don't want to switch off. Anubis, I agree. And I pinged them and said, hey, I hope you guys make a metal 21 to really wrap out the brand. So you have your 16 acrylic, your 16 metal, your 21 acrylic, 21 metal. And it's so funny, when you start using the 21, the first thing you're going to say is, what do I need all these buttons? Like, I don't need all these buttons. But once you start setting it up, people ask me to change profiles. I can change a profile, and now I can do left stick on this side, right stick on this side, and buttons. So you can kind of do whatever you want. And it's kind of cool where it's like, now all the buttons are here. Now you just got to play. You can go into profile. I think I have 4 profiles in that thing to do whatever I want it to do. And the price is so good. Those don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about this. I'll show y'all. This is the we're talking about this guy. Yeah, I really hope. Boom, look at that. And it's only $60. That's why I tell people get it, because the price is so good. It's like, why not? It's $60. And if you're logged in, the price changes, but you get the point. It's $50-$60. And then the one I really push though is like, if you log in and the metal one is on sale for $80, get this one. Because this metal one, it just feels really solid and flat and big. Like it's, and I feel this is the cousin or sister to the Zen Pro. Because the Zen Pro, that doesn't know what we're talking about. The Zen Pro, here's the Zen. And the Pro, where's the Pro? Where's the Pro? Where's the Pro? Right there, boom. The Zen Pro is fantastic. Fantastic. And you see it in person even better. Right? And when you're logged in, the price changes with the tariffs, but when you log in, the price is different. But the Zen Pro has the white and black edition, upgraded switches, the leather, all the things, right? But this is the split ergonomic layout, whereas the Kailh keys is your standard. So you kind of choose. I want standard or split. It's up to you. They're both, there it is right there. And the price is it's $115 here. I think the Pro is $115 when you log in. So I think they're basically the same price. It's just which one. And the footprint is basically, it's basically the same. The Kailh keys does sit more flat and wide on your lap, so it's not the same, but you get the point. Let me check the chat here. The up button, down bottom. I use the buttons. Let's see, Duffy. That one will be perfect. I use the buttons next to my up buttons. Yes, like the R series. Got you. The up button. I can't read. The up button, down button. Down button. You're in Jamaica. Jamaica. Wagwan Bregin. I think I'll go with the Kailh keys. Drop the links. Yeah, got you. Let me get it. Let me drop the link for you. 1 second. And I'll drop both. I'll drop the acrylic and the metal. That way you can kind of figure out what you want to do. Oh, I can't breathe. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. There it is. There's a 16 there. Okay, there you go, Duffy. I dropped the acrylic 16, and once you get there, you kind of see them all. The metal one, like I said, I'll drop the metal in here too. That one's the one that if the metal I think is better. I just flat out think the metal one. It's not. Let me make sure I say this right. The acrylic is not bad. It's actually they're both so good that the price of the acrylic is so. I mean, the price of the metal is so affordable that I feel like you should just get the metal one. That's what I'm trying to say. But they both are fantastic. There we go. Okay. Metal, but tone buttons. I like the metal, the control. Don't switch up. Yeah, I saw that new yeah. Code. I go with the Hotspot X because I want to try out arcade. Oh, that's right. You want arcade stick. That's right. You did say that code. Yeah. So since you're getting the module, that's a good way to go because then you can. And I wonder if you got the MX or LP edition. I hope you got the LP code because then you could do when you feel like not using the stick. You get your 2-in-1 package with that because your P12 will feel right at home. It's gonna feel split, and like I said, the up button's gonna feel. it's downstairs. It's gonna feel split wider, and this button will be a little bit lower because the modules they have to fit in the components, right? But the X, as far as your buttons themselves, will feel right at home compared to your P12. Just your up button's gonna feel like further away by your thumb. But yeah, David, how much is M16 Ultra versus the metal? The Ultra is cheaper. I mean the Kailh keys is cheaper. Let me look here. Yeah, Kailh keys really came on the market like, look, we want to compete. Because their price is like, you almost think they're trash because the price is so cheap. And then I started using them, like, well, this is actually pretty good. People should be looking at this. But if you get on AliExpress, the M Ultra is fine, right? It's really where you order it from. Because Kailh keys is not on AliExpress. See, on Amazon, it's 150. But if you go on AliExpress, it's 112. And this, look, the Zen is 112 on AliExpress. The Zen Pro metal, excuse me. Right, so so when you start knowing what you want, that's where I start saying, start looking around and checking prices, and then just don't rush the shipping. Like, if you get it from AliExpress, it takes 14 days. Who cares, right? If you get it from Amazon, it takes 2 days. Then Kailh keys, they'll be there in 2 days. Usually 1 to 2 days on Amazon. That's the other thing, right? It's all just kind of, and again, a lot of this stuff happened before the tariffs, so their business plans were a little bit different because of the tariffs. Yeah, no problem, Duffy. No problem. He said, Wagwan, bro. What's the more expensive? That one's the GF? Is it GF or GK? That's the thing about Kailh keys too. I wish they just said like GA. Kailh keys acrylic, GA. GM for Kailh keys metal. And I can like know off the top of my head which is which, but the F and the K always gets me mixed up. So the F is for metal and the K is for acrylic. There you go. You got the LP good because I don't like the MX switches either for finding. So yeah, facts. You can also use coupon codes for X amount and say what you facts. Yep, sends on it. You can use coupon codes, and the Kailh keys, like I said, as far as I know, they are not on AliExpress. They're just on Amazon. So the goods and bads of that is the price is what it is, but the good thing is it ships super fast. They usually show up the next day. The Kailh keys, if not 2 days. Where I'm in Central Texas, so it's fast we have an Amazon center down the way from us, so it's not far. It's on the other side of the city. Oh wow, you can get $10 off, $80. There you go, boom. So if you want the Zen or the M Ultra, you can get those on AliExpress and get $10 off with the right code. So yeah, there you go, David. David Brave. I love that name, David Brave. Like a superhero. Yeah. It's once you start knowing the keycap size that you like, the spacing as far as wide or tight spacing you like, rings, not rings, all those little minor details. Once you start kind of dialing what you like, it gets so much easier. And again, now I have this website set up. When you go to drjones694.com, you can come here and just say Kailh keys. Where's Kailh? Right there, boom, Kailh keys. 6 controllers, the flat box Ultra S. Why did I put that there? I'm gonna take those off of there. Those don't match. The Mayflash is about the same spacing. The Kailh keys are the same spacing. The Haute42. If you put rings, because you want to slide, so you probably want rings. They're right here. The 4 I have right now are all 3 Kailh keys. The Fightbox M1, the Tikitaka M3, dual pad Zen Pro and regular, the X series, the R series. All those things. And I'll probably, like I said, I'll be adding more different topics here to help people worry less about the model and more about the features they want. And if you like he's, like Code has a P, so he would go into the Haute42. I should probably put P family, but I have S family. So he would click the S, and here he can just go down the line and say, okay, oh wow, here's all the things that are going to feel very similar. If I want rings, I'll get a Mayflash F500. If I want rings, I get a Kailh keys, right? He can kind of go down and get a clue, the dual pad standard, right? ASI LVL feels like an S, just with MX switches. The Speedy Labs Lightfox is very similar to an S. So you can kind of come down, just go through and figure out, okay, what is similar feeling to what I have now? And the C is an S plus, but it's still kind of an S, right? So it's in there. Throw FK2, all those things. The goal with the site is to give value. And there will be ads on here because the bills got to get paid, right? But again, I'm going to let Google ads do. I'm not going to put my own ads on here. It'll just be Google, load it on the top and the bottom and let the site run, right? I'm not going to really. And then the news, You can't tell right now because the way the site is loading. There is news in here. Where's the news at? Boom. Here was the first thing that was posted. And these, see how they have pictures and all this stuff. This is what you'll see like from here on out. But I needed to fill the database up, so that's why you see a bunch of blank images. Because I didn't have time to like write the settings and all the blah blah blahs. I just wanted to get everything up there as fast as I could. Because it was like 43 controls. It took like 3 days to do it. And I still have some cleanup to do. So it's the link we will share in the Discord. Oh, I need to find it. Thank you, son. David, thank you. I used to hate my name when I was a kid. David Bruce, I hate being a hero. It's like a movie. Why do I have to save everyone? I was a kid, but as I grew older, I appreciate it more. It's essentially my parents' prayer for me. That David Brave is really cool. That's actually a cool name. David Brave. And it just rolls off the tongue, too. David Brave. The next thing is you gotta have a deep voice with a name like David Brave. Oh, I'm David Brave. Are you from Tennessee? I'm losing my voice. I can't even make a Tennessee voice. But you get the point. Name like David Brave is a man's man. That's actually pretty fun. Oh my goodness. But yeah, all this stuff will be coming together. The site's coming together really good. I think it's going to help a lot of people figure out what they want to do and make the right choice for them. And then it kind of, the show is me about helping. So they'll be coming to ask more questions, but at least in the meantime, they have a clue of like, okay, here's the comparison between this and this and all that good stuff. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. And like I said, shout out to Brooks and lowering the price 200. That's really good. I'm glad they did that, because that $300 price tag, as a reviewer, it's hard too, because I can speak to the everyday woman and say $300 ridiculous, controller sucks. But that's not reality, right? What I'm really doing is speaking to the person that can afford this, that wants this. What is it like owning this? That's how I usually try to do my reviews. But with that price tag at 200, that's such an easier story to tell, and it comes off in a better light than before. Because I would hate for someone to hear my review and think you're shilling, which is, I don't get anything they don't pay me anything, so it's not like I'm making money. You know what I mean? So I'm telling them what it is. So I'm glad the price came down for EVO. What will Hot Pad Zero? You know what? Oh, yeah, Hot Zero. I haven't gone to the news yet. We got news, folks. So first thing, we've got the Haute42.com. Where's my link at? We have a new pad from Haute42 on the way. I think I have it right here. What am I doing? I'm using my own website. Where is it? Boom, right here. The Hot Pad Zero. Now this one I'm a little bit curious about, because this shape, this prism pyramid shape, I don't even know what to think when I see this. I don't even know what to think. I've seen this, and what's funny is this was controller of the week back in March. It was an R5, it was something very similar to R5 sticks. So looking at this, I'm like, it appears to be metal. Those are real buttons. It's like the Haute42 adapter arcade buttons with 2 USB-C plugs, a pass-through port, all on the top, your home row all on the bottom, kind of on your hip. And then I guess technically it's ergonomic because it is split. I'm so curious about how this is gonna play. And I start thinking, I don't even know how you would carry this thing around. Because you want to put it in a case, but like the shape of it, right? "14 key tactile layout. It's going to have wind engine switches in it with the custom keycaps or custom inserts." It's like all these things. And when you go to their site here on this Retro Plus, they've had these buttons out here for months. So now I think we all know where these buttons are going to go in that pad. And there's adapters, right? They're just adapter buttons. So it's probably gonna have a Pico board inside then. Because the way this is set up, I don't think it's gonna be a flat. Well, it can't be a flat PCB because the way they sit. So there's gonna probably be a board on the bottom with wires going. Basically, gonna be like that's interesting. I don't know how they're gonna do that. It's gonna be like a twist from what Haute42 usually does. Yeah, this is gonna be real different. Like, it's just interesting, right? This is going to be really interesting. At this point, we might as well have a crystal ball so I can ponder my orb while in game. I press facts, you know. And going through some other things I saw, this picture really cracked me up because they came back from EVO and look at all the stuff they picked up when they were out there. I was like, wow. They got the Vitrix Pro, the Smash Box from Hitbox, the Tesseract, the Gram. Like, is that the Impress Nano? I think that's the Impress. Instead of Paradise Arcade. There's the Punk Workshop. There's a white one here. The Swirl, like the mic. They were picking up everything. Another Punk Workshop. Another Punk Workshop. I was like, wow. You know, you really can find everything at EVO. That was this picture says it all. It was just so funny. Yeah, the zero won't work for you, Code. Yeah, I'm so curious about that. I don't even know what to think. And because when I reached out to them and said, hey, you guys should make. I think I put in the like the feedback section of the Discord. You should make an Ergo. That was not what I meant. I really meant just like a Mavericade, like or a Zen, right? A split layout of the T is what I really want. I want a T ergonomic. That's it. That one I was like, wait, this is totally outside what I was thinking. And then the pad that I saw, that I know the name, it's called the Schism. This is the one I was looking at. So I saw this in person. The Schism, yeah. This one here is the picture I was showing you guys. And it kind of folds up into its own little unit. But it is pretty big. Like when you see it in person, it's like, oh wow, this is big. And it is metal. I believe it was metal too. It's like a fully plate. Oh, there you go. So you just put this bad boy in your lap and just kind of figure it out. But it looked, I mean, it didn't look cheap. It looked like it's metal. So it was well made. I think it magnetizes too. So everything was fine. It was just like, oh wow. It's like I guess you put your food in a tray too. You could put all your food up there, your drinks, and you could play at the same time. That was pretty cool. But yeah. The Schism. They picked up a lot of Punk Workshop stuff. Most of the stuff there is PWS. Yeah, yeah. And it's like the snack box micro. That's what I was thinking of. Snack box micro. Did I see them there? I don't know if I saw them there or not. I think Hot went to go out the box with the Hotpad Zero. Yeah, they definitely. They're definitely mixing up with that design. That design, it's out there, right? You're like, wow, this is different. This is different. Yeah, the price in this one, and the only reason I think the price is so high on this one because it's probably limited run. They're probably not making that many units. The metal base, the boards, all that stuff. You know, I get. It's Kailh, hot swap, yeah. Oh, these are Gaterons. Clear switches. Kailh hot swap PCB modules. Gateron clear switches. Wait, what? Interesting. I wonder if I could do both. Like the Zen could do all three, right? Kailh V1s, V2s, and Gaterons. Let's see here. I'm looking at my notes here if I caught everything. Yeah, I caught everything. I got everything. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is my EVO wrap up. I'm holding my voice together. I'm about to go take some Dayquil and take a nap. Fun fact, I've got jury duty tomorrow, so lucky me. I got picked for stupid jury duty. And my daughter has a concert that she's been wanting. We booked this concert months ago in Houston. So I am hoping I don't get picked for this case because she's going to be pretty upset if I get picked for this stupid case. I don't even know what it is, right? But yeah, I hope everybody has a good week. If I have my voice and everything's good, I don't get picked for jury duty, I'll be hopefully streaming on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. Yeah, and shout out to all the residents in the chat. We are back from EVO. We did good. We ran 2 for 2, almost 3 for 3. I'm still happy with that. Did really good. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Send jury duty. Yeah, lucky me. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good week. Talk to y'all later. Bye.